Welcome to the Last Three Rows of Horror podcast. We are back, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome. Okay, Mike here with... I think Sal's a little frozen.
Dude, the wax out of my ears just came out. That was loud. Big Sal.
You got earwax?
Yeah.
Gross.
I don't like it.
That's Sal. And
Sam Semino.
No, I said Big Sal.
What's the
Look at Sammy does the same thing.
we are back, folks. It's been 2 months. It's November, so happy Thanksgiving. We have got a lot to cover today of what we've been watching. All new films, all new horror films. Maybe one comedy, one drama in there. But first, we have a convention report. We took in the Days of the Dead up in Rosemont, Illinois, just the last week, and we had a good old time. Before we talk about that, thank you for subscribing and streaming and listening and watching us on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, how many fingers am I holding up? Okay, so iTunes, Spotify, Facebook, Instagram, we're all on all of those. Come find us, subscribe and everything, and we have an email address. Drop us an email. Sam, what's the email?
Last 3 rows of horror at gmail.com.
Awesome. So yeah, drop us an email and questions, comments, concerns. We'll get back to you.
You all right over there?
No, Sammy put up the convention again. I'm laughing at the Dead Silence puppet.
Oh yeah.
there's like a couple hot chicks on there, and all I'm looking at is the puppet.
Was it face? Is that from Dead Silence or
Dead
is that
Silence.
Slappy from
Dead Silence.
Goosebumps.
Yeah.
Which was a horrible. Did you see Dead Silence?
Yeah, you didn't like
Horrible.
it? No?
Horrible. I was so disappointed.
Oh, that lady was there this year. Judith.
Yes.
I forget her name, but she's the most terrifying part of that movie.
Yeah. I've only seen it once. I don't think it's one of James Wan's best, but it ain't bad.
Yeah. I forgot that was a James Wan movie.
I did too. You know what? I gotta say, I'm really disappointed in him on that one.
You know what?
Didn't like it.
You know which one
was creepy.
is very underrated that he did? A lot of people forgot. Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon.
Oh, that was a good one.
Yeah.
Oh,
I liked
James
it, yeah.
Wan did that.
Yeah.
See, I like that movie.
Really violent. That was a good one.
Yeah, but you didn't like it, Mike?
No, I did.
Oh, you just
Saying
were
it's just
surprised
very
you did it.
underrated. A lot of people don't mention it.
Yeah. Kevin Bacon, man, is one of the greatest pieces of shit bad guys.
Well,
I'm
you know what?
telling
You know what we gotta.
he is.
You know what we gotta start including on each show. I need to show off and flex. I am an expert at 6 degrees of separation with Kevin Bacon. You give me a name, and I could probably do it.
Sam Semino.
You haven't been in shit.
We're not talking about some student short film you did.
You said anybody.
I still did that silence guy. See, he's creeping me out.
The little
He said
little
that
dummy.
D of Days of the Dead.
It's the new Jeff Dunham puppet.
You know what? I
He's
got
like, hey, fuckhead.
I got to tell you, you know, a lot of our theater guys, especially like Lance Hendrickson. I wonder if they took some models home, because let me tell you something. If I took Carpenter stuff home or Spielberg or whatever, and they were life size, that wouldn't bother me. I'd love it. But that creepy doll, he'd have to leave my room, man. He'd have to just like my fucking the Yaya man. Dude,
Well,
he had to leave.
At the when we go to the panel discussions at the conventions, most of the time people will ask whoever's on stage, have you brought home any props from your films?
Yeah,
and usually the answer is no.
Really?
Yeah.
See, man, I would have Sammy's dad come with his pickup and load that shit up. I would load that shit up, man, full of stuff. I don't care what it was.
Right. Okay, so we went to Days of the Dead, and for those of you who don't know, it's a horror movie convention, but they also include heavy metal, punk rock, wrestling. It's awesome. They have Q&A panel discussions. They show short films. There's actually a film fest with the filmmakers get judged and they win prizes, this and that. There's prizes for the costume contest, the tattoo contest. There's like a billion different categories. I've entered a few times, never won anything.
A couple of washed up porn stars this year too.
Oh, yes, there were.
Jenna
Well,
Jameson,
definitely one.
Tracy Lords.
Oh,
Tracy
Tracy Lords gained like 50 pounds. Dude,
Well,
she looked like...
I know the feeling.
She wasn't bad, but the years have not been kind to Jenna, I'd say.
Well, Jenna's also very sick.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, she's a producer now only because she's It was nothing that had to do with her.
I'm gonna be an asshole and say, does she have AIDS?
No.
Okay.
No. It's all. It's
She got
all,
a lot of plastic surgery though.
Oh,
That's
yeah.
for sure.
Yeah, no,
Big
Jenna Jane. She had a lot of issues, and none of them were related to her business.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
She's
bad.
actually my sister-in-law. My sister, your Aunt Janie. Her coworker lived in the same building as her downtown. This was 1,000 years ago, though.
Wow.
I don't think she's there anymore. But yeah.
Oh.
So supposedly, Zach Baggins from Ghost Adventures, his museum in Vegas, it's an old house, but for a while, I guess Jenna Jameson's family lived in there.
I heard that before.
You told us that before.
Yeah.
Yeah, you told us that. Well, how the hell did that happen?
It's like downtown Las Vegas. I don't know.
So who'd you meet at the convention?
Okay, so I met Skid Row, Youth Gone Wild, 18 in Life. What was their other hit? I Remember You, like one of the best power ballads of the early 90s. So yeah, they were cool guys. Rachel Bolan and Dave Snake Sabo. Snake was in Bon Jovi for a hot minute.
Was he?
Yeah. So yeah, they were nice guys. We just did a picture together. And I did a couple of the Q&A panels. The cast of Friday the 13th Part 3. They were funny.
Larry Zerner, who was
Larry Zerner, Savage. Her last name's Savage.
Tracy Savage.
Yeah. And then the guy that was like the hippie guy in the film.
Yeah, I forget his name.
He was there.
Jerry Garcia. That was
He looked like Jerry Garcia.
Jerry Garcia.
Yeah. Peace.
Mike, but Sam and I were watching you take pictures with Skid Row. Dude, you're funny. You are a funny motherfucker, man. Because
I just put the horns up.
Yeah, that made your day. But you could those guys were some cool looking motherfuckers. I mean,
Mike did the trick to the guy. He said, "You got something on your shirt."
when were they big, Mike?
Their debut album came out in '92, so I was 11 years old, and I told them, I said, I loved it back then. I love it now. I grew up listening to you guys, and they were humble.
Yeah, but you know what the good thing was that was so cool that I noticed is they weren't like fucking look like Mick Jagger or Ron Wood or anybody. They look like they're like 200 years old on hair on.
Right.
Those guys look pretty cool, dude. They were cool looking dudes. Mike, do you think those guys? Do you think they still have some of their money?
Oh yeah, I'm sure.
You think?
From publishing.
They said
and,
Sebastian Bach never gave us any to begin with, so we don't have any money.
I mean, everybody remembers Sebastian from the band, but the two founding members were Rachel and Dave, who were there. Yeah.
I just wish every time I asked him where my money went, he went, "Nowhere!"
It's a high falsetto every time. Right?
Mike, you know what? Sammy and I knew we got very lucky in line. Was there lines lined up after?
Oh yeah. So I stayed. I mean, the event started at like 11. I should say the vendor room opened at 11. I stayed till about 4:00. Saturday is always the busiest day of any convention.
Yeah.
And it was getting pretty packed this year.
Yeah.
But and thank God it's a big enough room where you're not like packed in there like sardines and it's shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
I've been to conventions that do that and it's uncomfortable. Everyone's got fucking BO and they stink. It's that's
totally
the shitty
agree.
part about going to a con.
I told Sammy I knew it was cold out, so I said fuck. I said kiss my ass. I'm wearing my Phantasm coat because we'll be inside, and I can't wrap my winter coat around because it's so thick. And I thought, okay, if it's gonna be that hot like it was the last couple of times, I'm just gonna put it around my waist. Man, I went down there, kept it on the whole time, but it was just so freaking hot in there.
Yeah,
they
humid.
needed to cool that joint down.
Yeah.
I mean, Sammy had noticed. Sammy drove, and Sam goes, "Damn, Unc." I go, "What's the matter, Sammy?" He said all the cops were already directing all the traffic away from the parking lots.
Well, they probably had something going on across the street at the convention center.
Yeah, they had that truck thing going.
It was a jury show.
Yeah. A
Jewelry.
No, there was a big wide tire truck, and Sammy goes, "Oh, there's the truck things there too." Regardless of who it was, I sure wish it was a lot of us, horror people. Because let me tell you something, man. When Sammy got into the garage we were going to, man, we were parked on the top again.
Yeah.
Again.
It was so hot in that convention center that the Terrifier's maker just slid right off.
You did meet him.
Yeah, we got to meet David Howard Thornton.
Oh,
It was
cool.
cool. Yeah.
Oh, Mikey, great guy.
Yeah.
Great guy. I couldn't keep my mouth shut and telling him how big a fan I was of his. I said, dude, your character scares the fuck out of me. And he enjoyed that. The only thing I was disappointed in is I like an idiot, I didn't have Sammy video us because I wanted him to play it. I wanted him to go with the horn. Please don't do that.
It's Sal. I like Sal because he got the most nastiest picture you could possibly get signed. Are you gonna have that hanging up though?
Yeah, you gotta frame it. Man.
Okay. No, my nephew, I love my nephew. You know what he put on there? So before any of this happened, this had to have been a couple of weeks ago. You know how we're always talking, me and Sammy are texting, and Sammy's favorite part of it is when he gets the salt.
Oh, yeah.
So
The bleach and the salt. It's just
bleach and the salt. So he dumps all the salt on the girl and he puts it on her back. Sure enough, we get there, and this kid, look at him. He looks like just a nerdy guy, but he's such an icon now. And I was telling him, sir, I said, man, I am such a big fan of yours. I said, you scared the shit out of me. Your character, I love it. So he goes, what do you want me to put on a picture? And I said, well, I love the word disturbing. Can you put it? So he puts on there to my biggest horror disturbing fan, Sal. Don't be salty. But I never said anything about the salt scene he brought up, and I don't know if Sammy noticed that. Dude, I loved him. He was so cool. Yeah. He was so cool.
Yeah, very nice.
There's some good guests this year. A friend of mine, she met Ross Marquand from Walking Dead. He talked to her for like 5 minutes.
Are you serious?
Doing different, like, let's take funny pictures together, like 6 different pictures. And,
okay.
You get a 5-minute conversation out of somebody, you're actually getting your money's worth at a convention.
Yeah.
But yeah, the other panels I went to was Danielle Harris and Scott Taylor Compton. They have a podcast called Talk Scary to Me, but their panel was good. After them, it was Alyssa Sutherland from the new Evil Dead.
Oh, love her.
Beautiful woman. She had an interesting story about her modeling days and what she plans on doing in the future. And a lot of these actors that are kind of like up and coming, like her, they just got done with the strike, so they're all coming back to work now. Yeah. And then there was an independent filmmaker panel on screenwriting. That was kind of interesting. So I had a good time. I bought some good T-shirts, as you could see. Return of the Living Dead.
I didn't see you buy that one.
This one I got. It glows in the dark.
I could tell. I could tell with the material right away, what glows and what doesn't.
And I got some good stickers. But you bought a ton of shit. So tell us about that.
Oh my God! I told Sammy. I said, dude, I'm like a child. I had a wallet full of money, and I'm like, okay, I got to meet somebody first before I fucking, So obviously, Sammy and I were looking, and dude, I was so starstruck. Cheers. I was so starstruck with Danielle Harris. Oh my God, she's so beautiful.
And she gave us a shout out. You made a video.
Yeah, I asked her for a shout out.
Sal got to meet her.
And I got to meet her. She was so hard. Oh my God. I had brought up, and I apologize. I said, Miss Harris, I've watched everything since Die Hard. I'm sorry. Since Last Boy Scout to all the Halloween movies. And she said, really? And I go, I could name, I've watched everything you've done, including, unfortunately, the movie that I was very shocked to see you in, but I'm such a fan. I brought up Stakeland. Stakeland too.
Right.
And she goes, Stakeland was so fun to do. I said, you're such an icon. And she goes, thank you. I said, but I'm sorry, my memory. I said, I watched on Tubi the movie with that you were in with Michael Biehn from Terminator and Aliens.
It's
and
not great.
And his wife, she knew it right away. And I felt horrible. I don't know if Sammy was close enough to hear what she said. She looked at me. She goes, she put her head down. She goes, yeah, I did a lot of those.
Sometimes you just got to pay the bills,
So yeah, and you know what feeling I got from her? I really did, because she's such a beautiful person.
Yeah. She is petite.
Oh my God, I could put her in my pocket.
She's small.
I felt I got this aura from her that she just. I wish I wouldn't have done that. But she's an actress, so and I love actresses that are willing to dip themselves in anything and try everything. But when I asked her, I said, Miss Harris, I really would love it. Please, if you can you give us a shout out for our podcast?
Yeah,
man, she I'll take care of her. Right, she was such a great.
Let's hear that right now. You want to hear it?
Let's hear it.
Hi, Danielle Harris here with Big Sal from the last 3 rows of horror. Check it out. Bye.
Thank you.
That's awesome.
She is
So cool.
She and thank you very much, Sammy, for
So
including that.
you could see this on our Facebook page for Last 3 Rows, and are you going to put it on the YouTube page?
It's on Instagram.
Okay.
I'll throw it up on Instagram, too, maybe.
And John put it up on his
Excellent.
You know, but I have to say she's so professional. She's so professional.
Yeah.
She had 2 people assisting her, and the one woman I gave it to, she had insisted on doing the taping, the videoing, and she couldn't even figure out my phone. So Danielle Harris,
She had one eye going north, one eye going west.
She did.
Like Debo?
I told Sammy, I said, "Oh my God, Sammy,
So I'll take the picture.
yeah, what is she looking at?" So Danielle Harris is such a professional. She politely took the phone away from her and she videoed us.
Nice.
Because she knows what you could tell you know what she's doing. And I'm like, oh,
She's got
wow.
some good looking teeth.
Oh, I wasn't looking at her teeth, believe me. But you know, I really wanted. You know what? Again, I was so excited to meet her.
Yeah.
I didn't have all the questions I wanted to ask her.
It was
'Cause
awkward. Sal had the biggest boner I've ever seen someone have. in mine.
Dude, I was like, you know, and
I had to stand behind him.
she even yelled at me, "Down, boy, down."
Oh my God.
But you know, but put that weasel back in your pants. But you know, she was such a sweetheart. And Sammy and I got extremely lucky because there was nobody. I think I waited 2 people ahead of me.
Well, as soon as they opened like the vendor doors, everyone just came in right away.
Yeah.
Her panel discussion was funny. Someone mentioned Boy Meets World and Roseanne. She was on both of those.
Yeah, I didn't know. I didn't meet Boy Meets World because I couldn't stand that show. Yeah. But she was great in Roseanne, and I knew right then and there she was a hot commodity. She was she had just gotten into the I'm assuming, you know, late teenage. She was gorgeous then.
Yeah.
You didn't like Boy Meets World? You didn't fuck with Mr. Feeney's?
I
You gotta
want a
play the
banga
bike
to
thing, Sammy.
panga.
He always had the teachable moments. Now you see.
It's the voice of Knight Rider, right? Kit.
Is he?
Yeah, Kit the car.
No shit. I didn't know
Is
that.
he really?
Yeah.
Wow.
I thought it was somebody. I thought it was what's his name. Well, anyway, she was. Who cares? Danielle Harris. She's my hero.
Mind blown.
She's my. I hate to say this, and I know I'm going to get a lot of criticism for this. She put Jamie Lee away. She is like a bigger, better Jamie Lee.
Debatable.
Sorry,
She's a great scream queen. I don't know.
In my eyes. Nothing to put down Jamie because Jamie's number 1, you know, numero uno, and she was there first. But Danielle picked up the pieces and ran with it, and she got a home run, man.
Oh yeah.
But very gorgeous girl.
So tell us about the stuff you've bought.
I bought actually there was a couple of vendors there. There was a gentleman there, and I pinned him right away. I said, Sir, where did you get that shirt? He had a Scanner shirt on, and you know that's one of my favorite movies, if not my favorite sci-fi horror movie. He goes. Actually, the booth right there. So I went to this woman, and she had nothing showing really. It was all so you know the t-shirt rack was so close together. She said, if you go in that rack right there, first of all, I had an issue because of my size. I said, ma'am, do you have anything that you think would even come close to fitting me? She goes, I don't know, but all my what was that word she used? Classic. All my classic shirts are over there and they're marked. You know, they have those extra large and blah, 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 those circle things. Yeah. So I went through there and I was disappointed. She says, I'm sorry, I don't have any Scanner shirts. I know that for a fact,
I mean,
but
I'm a big guy too, and when I could find a shirt that fits at a convention, it's a happy moment for me.
Yeah. And I was disappointed because I really, really wanted a Scanner shirt. So I went through it and I found one. I'm like, okay, good enough. I don't have Scanners, deal with it. I bought a It's Alive shirt.
Nice.
Big fan of It's Alive. Big fan. Only because you know what really got me? The fucking trailer. The trailer just just when I was
Mutant baby.
Dude, because it started off, with the little baby. Yeah, well, they didn't even show the thing that you hang around the baby's crib to make him fall asleep. The mobile, and it was a ding 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 ding, and it had Mr. and Mrs. had their first child, and I'm thinking, what the fuck? And then when that claw came out, I didn't know it was a horror movie, and it scared the shit out of me. So I got that. I got a brand new Phantasm shirt. It's got stuff on the front and back. Magnificent shirt. Magnificent deal. I go, Sammy, dude, these shirts are only $25. So that immediately caught me because I got a new Phantasm shirt. I got the original first Road Warrior shirt.
Nice.
With this car on there and everything. I'm sorry. Mad Max. I'm sorry. The original Mad Max poster was on the front, and I'm like, okay, I gotta have it because and the first person I always think of is Sammy's dad, because he's numero uno car guy.
Yeah,
numero uno. So I was even thinking about wearing it to Thanksgiving, but and then I was in heaven, or in my place, hell. I went past this booth and I said, oh my God. And Sammy kept on walking because I was behind him, and Sammy turns around and he said, what the hell is he doing? I found the character from Outer Limits with the six finger, the episode Six Finger. I debated and debated. I'm like, Sammy, just go ahead. I'm thinking. It probably took me 2 or 3 times a visit to finally get my price from him, and I bought it.
You talked him down.
I talked him down. Well, actually, John,
which you can do at conventions. You can haggle.
You can.
You may not get it,
but he was very firm.
So I was always like, what do you want for this? The guy's like 200, and you just see a poof of dust, and he's gone. Sales gone.
This I had to have. It took John, his girlfriend, and Sam to talk me into it, and John's like, do you have the money? Yeah. Didn't fucking get it. Yeah. Well,
I had to show the top trunk of my penis to the guy. Not the whole thing, but just the top.
That was part of the deal, huh?
He was like Philip Seymour Hoffman.
No negotiating.
He went.
Hey, it's Attack of the Mushroom People. That's the first thing he said. No.
Mushroom head.
He said, talk about a six finger.
So you know what this guy said to me? It was I don't want to say how much it was, but he gave me a little break. He said, you know what? I have to give this to you. You want it so bad, and it was part of your childhood. Because, like I said, I remember that was the first episode I've seen of Outer Limits was the Six Finger.
Correct me if I'm wrong. The character that you're talking about, he's got the long white cloak, the big head.
Yes.
Is that the actor Richard, whatever, he played Jaws and James Bond?
No, that's it was actually he played on Man from U.N.C.L.E.
Okay. So different actor.
Totally different actor.
Okay.
He was very famous in the early 60s, early 70s. Michael McCallan, and he's his accent and everything. But he was like his role was kind of like Kato and Robin. Mm-hmm. So he was like a really good fighter, very good marksman. He was a good looking blonde haired guy. The women just thought he was not they were crazy for that guy back then. I remember that. But
did Robin wear pantyhose?
Yes, he did. So did Batman, and they didn't like that. Did you hear about that? They argued about that and complained about it because they're like, I'm not wearing this. Mm. I do remember that.
What were they gonna wear? Just the fucking leather underwear?
Yeah.
Nothing under there?
Trunks.
But wait. So I was telling this guy, I was bleeding to this guy, sir. I really want this. My brother and I watch this show, and even now I think this is the most disturbing makeup job. And on the box he came in, Mike. They actually have a picture of him getting his makeup done.
Oh, cool.
I'm gonna look up who the makeup person was.
So you can probably display this on your mantle.
I'm definitely gonna display it. I don't know this time if I want to take it out of the box. it actually told part of the story. If you've watched this series and watched that episode, he read every book that the scientist had in the library in his library, and he wanted more books. He was very intelligent. He read books in a matter of seconds. So when I seen the little books in there,
that's why his brain was.
That's why his brain is so big. But I should have told my nephew to put a picture of him, because he was so. Even now he bothers me. I mean, that big ass head, man. I was like,
don't let him headbutt you.
Shit, yeah. What else did I get? I was gonna get a critter, but then Sammy says to me, "Thank God it's not that other guy, honk." What did he say, Sam? That other guy, the guy with all the makeup.
Man, yeah. There's a guy there that has yellow eyes, and he's always like, "I make these out of tissue paper from my nightmares. My father used to beat me, and that's what I saw in the corner." And I was like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "All right, you have a good one."
I don't want to buy your shit,
Mikey.
No, the worst is the fucking space music guy.
The space music.
Oh my god, dude, that guy haunts my dreams.
There was something. There's weird about the space music guy. Yeah.
What a creep, dude.
And he was just staring into nothing.
He will stare straight through your soul,
dude. I didn't see him at first because it was you, Sam, me.
It's worse than that, though, man. What
was he holding up, Sammy?
It's science.
It
says awesome space music on it.
I never blink. I never blink when I make the music.
You know what, Mike? I'm so pissed that you weren't with Sam and I. With Sam and I, with that critter guy. That guy made Marilyn Manson look normal.
Oh, geez.
He had all the.
Have you seen the meme of first there's Elf on the Shelf and then they show critter on a shitter?
You know what I did? I left David. I'm sorry, not Michael. David McCallan. I left my 6-finger figure on the kitchen table for days. I was just checking him out. I was like, "Is this cool, David McCallum? David McCallum's Man from U.N.C.L.E. He's so cool." And then I left the shirt. But you know what? Sammy brought up a good point. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering on. But the picture I got with Danielle Harris. Did you see it?
The video?
No, the picture. I bought a picture and she signed it for me.
Oh yeah.
It was a picture of her leaning on Michael Myers with a black leather jacket on and just black stockings.
I think it's like the same that's
that's
there.
it. Yeah, that's it. Oh my god. Her husband is the third luckiest man in this world. And then I didn't even notice. Like I said with Sammy with the salt, I just said, "Sir, can you use the word disturbing on what you signed for me?" And I didn't even notice until I got home and it said, "Don't be salty." Don't be salty. Because Sammy loves that salt scene when he throws it on her.
So Terrifier 3 is coming December of next year?
October. I think October.
Okay.
October of 20.
There is a teaser trailer out there right now. Where
he's wearing a Santa?
Yeah,
he's wearing a Santa. Yeah.
It's funny. Yeah, the kid sneaks up. It's like saying he's messing with fucking boxes, and the kid sneaks up behind him. And
I didn't see it. Every time I see it on Facebook, and I hit it, and it doesn't show up.
It's out there.
But you seen it, Mike?
YouTube.
Did you see it, Sammy?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to look it up. But
I'll send it to you.
But I'll tell you what killed me. What killed me was. Obviously, he didn't have his makeup on, but I don't care, whatever. But what killed me is not only did he have his little horn, he had his little hat.
His hat.
And I told him, I said, "Buddy, let me tell you something. That little hat that you put on your character is very disturbing." the second time that I seen him, because what was his first showing, Mike? Halloween. No.
Hallow's Eve.
But when I seen him in the Terrifier, which is basically about him, when that blonde girl got his hat and pulled it up and let it hit it snap back at him, I was crying. Laughing.
I don't think any of us are ever going to forget our theater experience seeing at Hollywood Boulevard.
Dude, it sounded great when he had the gun. It was like.
That's all Sammy cared about was the Tommy gun to the scene.
Jesus
Oh,
Christ.
you know what I really
Just you cracking up.
Oh, I was.
And there's the mother and little kid sitting in front of him.
I think that's why they left early. But
They kept being like this.
They kept looking at Sal like, what the hell's the matter with you?
were they staring? Did they
Oh,
turn around?
yeah, dude.
Oh, I didn't even notice it. I
Few
was too
times.
busy laughing.
When the kid was getting whipped,
when the Terrifier, yeah, but when the Terrifier was biting his.
I thought you were gonna have a heart attack.
Oh
dude.
man, I had a grabber, but I'm telling you, when he was biting his ankle, oh my god, You know what I wanted to ask him though?
When the little kid was crying. That's why I remember you laughing the hardest at that.
I really wanted to ask him. Is there any way I could sneak me, Mike, and Sammy in one of his movies? Just like you said on the last
Pretty
episode,
sure,
Mikey.
yeah, you download.
You said you wouldn't want to
donate to the Patreon. I'm sure you could get on there.
Oh yeah.
because Mikey said that a lot of the people in the kill scene were all fans.
Yeah, I think that's what I read.
And that little scene, where it was
Yeah.
like the weird, like her nightmare, basically.
Yeah. But I really wanted to ask him about the final girl, man. Because I see that's why.
Well, she was at the like a lot of the cast was at Flashback this year.
Yeah, I know. I fucking missed that. Me and Sammy.
We all did.
But let me tell you something. Our work schedules are horrible.
Yeah.
But I really want to ask him. Did you get a chance to meet her, to know her? Did she have time and blah blah blah? Because there's a lot of things
What
about
did she
her.
smell like?
Yeah, yeah. Can I have that bologna sandwich after you take a bite out of it? But I'd ask her about her martial arts. She's also a gymnast.
Lauren Lavera.
Yeah, Lauren Lavera. She's a gymnast, a martial artist, and she's a part-time model. And I'm like, oh my God, this girl, man, she's got an incredible line there going for her, man.
So Sam, who did you meet and what did you buy?
Well, I met David Howard Thornton. That was about it, I think. Yeah.
What did he put on
I
your
didn't
picture,
really buy
Sammy?
anything, yeah.
What did he put on your picture?
He wrote "You Bloody Rock" because I had him sign a Terrifier
Awesome.
soundtrack. Yeah, so I got that. I didn't really buy anything this year. I just kind of was taking in the sights.
Yeah, went by quick this year.
I was gonna say, didn't you buy something else, Sammy?
No.
No. Okay.
But they're coming back in March, and
I stole a couple things though.
they do a couple different cities every year.
I can't even say it. I was gonna say, you want the chair that Alyssa Sutherland was sitting on?
Oh boy, Sam's into smelling chairs.
Yeah, but you know what? One of the greatest things, Mike, right at the front door as Sam and I walk in, who's there? Who's sitting right on the little chair? That Robin Williams stuffed animal.
Scare Bears.
Scare Bear.
What movie is that from?
God.
I don't think it's
Sammy
from
said
a
it's not
movie.
Yeah,
It's just a
Yeah,
weird
just a
thing
weird
that the guy
douse
made.
Is it
made.
from? What was that one he did? Was it called Toys? With Joan Cusack?
Oh, maybe it was from that movie. Yeah.
Maybe.
Wait, who did that? Mike?
Toys.
Yeah.
I think it's called Toys.
I got to tell you, I never heard of it.
It's from like
I'm sure you've seen the poster. He's like he's got a red, like he's like a Willy Wonka type character.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. And you think that's from that? You think that
Maybe.
Robin Williams thinks is from that?
Maybe.
Now, who was the other guy? There was another one that was like in a beard outfit. He had a beard. Was that supposed to be Keanu Reeves?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you see it, Sammy? There was one on the other side of him, but this guy has some great shit. He had a couple of
the Terrifier with the
heads.
Santa.
Oh my God! Yeah, he had the Terrifier.
Oh,
and
we
the
saw
Terrifier
that.
with
We
Santa.
saw that one guy making the Terrifier head mold.
Yes.
and it was clay.
Yes, everything was done by clay, handmade. He was doing it right there, and he had some of the greatest Halloween and RoboCop image.
Yeah.
He had a whole RoboCop diorama that he
Yeah.
would like.
You almost bought that.
He blew his own glass to like make the fucking.
I did almost buy
beakers
it.
and shit.
I did almost buy it. Sammy, I don't know if you remember. Mike came by and I said, Mike, look, he's even got like a beaker that was on the floor broke. You know, it was supposed to be RoboCop coming through the wall.
Your move, creep.
Yeah, and the RoboCop guy at the action figure, I said, sir, can I touch it? And that was actually one I have. So it was an actual action figure. That one wasn't made out of clay, but the background, which was the wall, and all the stuff that was connected to RoboCop and blah blah blah. But it was magnificently done. But he wanted over 200 for that.
Yeah.
There was no way. If you would have said like 75, I would have paid it. Even 100, but he wanted 250 for that.
Nothing is free.
Again, that's like
At
the
a
guy's
convention.
own art and everything. And Sal's like, he's always like, I don't know, it's worth about 20, maybe. The guys are like,
They start crying. but Mike, did you see? He so talented, that guy, so talented. Man, I wish I was his friend because he'd never have anything left. He had, I pointed out to Mike Sammy, he had Michael Myers staring out the window.
Oh yeah, that was cool.
yeah.
Wow. And the blinking light was going on. And
the
then
one too with where he's standing behind the sheets.
the sheets, yeah.
That was cool.
Oh, that's right.
Mike,
Yeah.
did you see that the sheets were also made out of
You
clay?
didn't catch this artist's name, did you?
No, I didn't. But I have his card at home. I took his card.
We'll give the guy a shout out next time.
Yeah, but Mike, I felt the sheets. Those were wet. Those were clay too.
Oh, cool.
I mean, because I told Mike Sammy, I said, buddy, how did you fold it? He goes, I just, I think it's more like a heated thing. I think that was a heater coil that he was doing on the Terrifier.
That was like he had a scalpel out.
Was it a scalpel?
So,
okay, yeah.
So
this guy was
we
magnificent.
had a very good time at the convention. If Days of the Dead is anywhere near where you live, if it's within a 5-hour radius, go check out the convention. It's great. But if you have any horror movie conventions near you, go check them out. You'll have a good time.
Yeah.
So let's get into this. We've got maybe 30 films to cover of everything we've been watching lately. Unfortunately, a lot of these I haven't seen, but the ones that I'm excited to talk about would be the new Exorcist, Believer. We're gonna tear that.
We're gonna get into that
motherfucker
one.
apart. Okay, and
We're gonna tear that motherfucker apart.
Killers of the Flower Moon, the new Scorsese, and the new Alexander Payne, The Holdovers. But first, we're gonna start with Sam. Tell us.
No one will save you.
No one will save you.
Never heard of it.
This one I did see.
Yeah.
Is it, you know what I'd seen, because when Sammy puts on Plex for us, I seen this image, but what was the dealio, Mikey?
This was released September 22nd of this year. It's an hour and 33 minutes long. It was distributed by Hulu as part of, they did this with, like, Huluween is what they call it now.
Huluween.
Like a bunch of movies that they film and release during October. But this is part of the aliens and UFOs, also kind of the home invasion subgenre.
It sure was.
Yeah, fun one.
This
I liked
one,
it.
this one I did see. The actress, I forget her name, but I know she was in a comedy that came out a few years ago called Booksmart.
Caitlin Deaver.
Caitlin Deaver.
That's her name. Yeah.
She was in Bad Teacher too with Cameron Diaz.
Yeah.
Oh,
She was in Last Man Standing.
Last Man Standing. In Last Man Standing, she's more tomboyish. Hilarious, this girl. Hilarious.
Yeah, she's been in a bunch of stuff. Justified, Booksmart, Them
Yeah.
That Follow, Unbelievable, Monsterland, and Dope Sick were another couple of Hulu films.
okay.
Okay, all right.
So this was directed by Brian Duffield. Have you ever heard of him before?
Never heard of
No.
him.
Yeah, he directed one other film called Spontaneous. Have you seen that?
I seen that.
That was a
yeah.
good movie. Kind of had a little bit of a drama to it.
I'm sorry, dudes.
Didn't like
I
it?
didn't like this movie at all. I
Really?
didn't.
Well, there's no dialogue.
I know, Mikey. Mikey had mentioned this to me, Sammy, that there's no dialogue, and I gave it a shot anyway because I love her. I think she's hilarious. But the alien guys were cool. I
think most people when they watch this, they might pick up on it fast. Exactly, like what's going on, like why the people in the town. Spoiler alert: they're mad at her and what happened with the death of her friend. But then again, I'm kind of slow. It's like Sixth Sense. I had to watch that the second time around to go, oh, that's what it is. I didn't catch it the first
Yeah.
time. So if
I was like that too. Did you notice that when they show a spoiler alert at the end when they show her she kills her friend, that's the
Yeah.
exact same way that she kills the alien in the beginning.
yeah.
okay, so maybe upon second viewing, I will recognize everything. But
Did she throw a rock at her? Is that what killed her best friend?
she threw something.
She had a rock in her hand and
Yeah,
she hit her
rock
with
in
it.
her
Yeah.
hand. You know, dudes, I'm sorry, man. I will say, the aliens were cooler than hell.
Yeah, the one doing sign language.
The atmosphere, magnificent. But man, I need to hear somebody talk. There was maybe
the big alien was
no,
doing.
that made it awesome.
No, I need to hear somebody. Hey Mike, look at there's somebody. Sammy's just beaming up in the sky.
Look out!
No, there was no.
That's a trap!
There was no dialogue. There was no dialogue.
One of my favorite parts was the big alien doing YMCA on the front lawn.
It was like an hour and 9 minutes into the movie, I think, is the first bit of dialogue. And there's only like 5 words in the whole movie. It's great.
And what they were doing to her, experiment wise, what they were doing to her memory. Now this is me, not you, but you have to forgive me because I'm a slow mind guy anyway. But it just didn't help not having any script.
Well,
Didn't
Brian
help at
Duffield,
all.
the guy, the director that we just showed on here, he said they had names for all the different aliens in there.
Oh, he did?
There was the gray, which is this one. There was the little fucker. That was,
The little fucker.
That's what they called the mean little guy.
Yeah, that little dude, he scared me. He bothered me.
So
was
the
cool.
the worm squid looking thing, I think was
That was called the parasite.
the parasite was invading the aliens too.
Yeah.
Oh, he was?
I think so.
I think they were all, yeah. It was
makes
like,
you-
I think they all had that in them.
What
'Cause
makes
you remember
what makes you
the
think
big
that?
the big alien was holding her down and he's looking up at the UFO like asking for permission, like, should I take her up with us? Should I kill her?
Yeah.
It was like asking them. And I think the parasite was telling the alien to just, forget about her or whatever.
There was also the cool, the daddy long legs, the big giant.
the big one.
That
The
was
big one.
awesome.
Okay.
And the UFO was fucking sweet in here too.
I wish there
look
was
cool.
somehow they had another version where there was some dialogue because I think that would have made this movie perfect.
Well, Brian Duffield also said that the way they communicate the aliens, like he has a whole thing about them, like they have their own religion and everything, but they were kind of doing that and like the weird sentences.
Yeah.
There's no dialogue from the aliens because he said like the way that he imagines that they talk is in like a big giant dump of information at once.
Yeah,
So they could be like, and that's like a whole paragraph. You know what I'm saying?
Okay,
Like,
so
Spider
that's cool.
alien was
That's
doing
cool.
the YMCA.
Yeah.
It was.
that was awesome. Yeah, it's
But
like-
the way they communicated was magnificent. But like I said, I mean, what was there? Maybe 2 or 3 lines in the whole movie, Mike?
That was another thing that I actually did notice in the beginning of the movie. She's humming or she's singing a song. When the Daddy Longlegs one shows up, it starts singing that song to her. Like they've been
Oh,
watching
really?
her for a while. Yeah.
They
That's really cool.
You know what? I knew something drastic happened because when that woman just slapped her, of course I laughed. But
Oh, yeah.
but
No,
I
she
knew
spit in
she
her
did
face.
something.
She spit in her face.
Was it? Did she spit in her face, Sammy?
Yeah.
Or- I thought she slapped her.
No, she spit in her face.
Oh.
So if we haven't really described it to you yet, this movie involves kind of a loner woman who's alone in her house. She's kind of a shut-in because a little bit of a spoiler alert, but you kind of come to find out that she killed her best friend when she was growing up. Murderer. Yeah, so she's kind of a shut-in for that, kind of a loner. And one night an alien tries to get into her house. It actually does. Yeah, she fights it off, and then
I gotta ask you,
it
dudes.
starts off a whole different plot of all these other aliens trying to get in and take revenge, basically, for killing this alien.
Yeah, but Sammy, I gotta ask you, two dudes. What time period was this supposed to be?
Present day.
Modern.
It is because it sure looks like a fucking redneckville, hillbilly, no teeth, married to my sister kind of place.
There's those nowadays.
Oh, okay, all right, I'm all right. Okay, I see. I feel you.
She wasn't listening to like Stone Temple Pilots enough. Yeah.
I should have known that because they just showed a widescreen TV. So
Gnarling.
I shut up.
That's
But
what
look
they
at
call it,
the dial
gnarling.
phone where she was.
When arms wide open.
And come on, Mikey, how
That's
did this little
Creed.
girl?
That's Creed.
How did this little girl afford that big ass house? Come on.
You know what I gotta say though, that's one thing I didn't like about the movie was it was kind of like an invasion. It turned out to be kind of an invasion movie.
Yeah.
Where I thought it would be a little bit better if it was just kind of an isolated incident. You know what I'm saying?
No, I like the invasion stuff better. I do. I like the invasion. I don't like it focused on one person.
It's War of the Worlds.
Yeah, War of the Worlds. Even oh my God, what Richard Dreyfuss.
I
and
also
Close
really
Encounters.
liked about
Close
this
Encounters.
movie that there was a little bit of like a poltergeist kind of Did you think that
Yeah.
in the beginning there was a little
Yeah.
bit of that?
Yeah.
Because aliens have been
I can see that.
apparently known to do some of that kind of weird trickster shit, like poltergeist activity.
Now,
Like, you know, she had the refrigerator was opening and all the
Yeah.
cabinets in her kitchen.
now that spider guy, Sammy, he creeped the fuck out of me. I don't want a dude like that following me.
He's the disco spider because he does YMCA.
That was so fun. I had so much fun with this movie.
I knew Sammy would love this, Mikey. I knew Sammy would love this, and I can't guarantee it. I bet you they're gonna have a second one. I could totally
that'd be
see
cool.
a second one.
Actually, I
wouldn't
think,
mind.
Brian Duffield did say he was open to creating more
Was he?
sequels or
Was
offshoots
he?
of it, which everybody does nowadays.
now I'm
That'd be all right.
assuming because there are some movies in our genre that are better than the first. Because like look at where the Terrifier came from, man.
Part 2
You know,
was
it
better
was
than the
awesome.
first.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We'll see what part 3.
Mhm.
You know.
So
does.
apparently, Stephen King also loved this movie. Also, he was saying that you have to go back in order to find something of this caliber. You have to go back to like 60 years to the Twilight Zone. Have
Yeah.
you guys ever seen that? It's episode 3 of, episode 15 of the second season.
Yeah.
It's a show called The Invaders.
Mm-hmm. Now,
That's really cool.
Did you see this, Mikey?
Maybe.
Did you, Sammy?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
This is a great episode.
Go ahead, Sammy. Because Sammy loves
I
UFO.
bet my dad would know.
Well, it's about this one. It starts off. There's this woman. You know, she's like, it's the same thing. She doesn't say anything for the whole episode, but yeah, she's just kind of like working in her house. She hears these noises outside. She comes to find there's these little tiny men that are like, you know, trying to get into her house and stuff like that. And then she comes to find out at the end of it. Well, actually, the audience comes to find out that she's a giant and the UFO is actually from the United States. So it's like, yeah, you know, space explorers, and they're like, this planet is, you know, don't come here. She's gonna kill us.
Yeah. It was, and let me tell you something. The introduction to what my nephew said, that's why I love these old. We can't do this now because we're all boneheads and just thinking about money. But Mike, she destroyed the spaceship, and a little corner it said United States of America, and then you realized because it made you feel like you were on Earth and these little dudes invaded us, but we invaded Giant's planet.
My favorite Twilight Zone is the gargoyle on the plane wing with Shatner.
Nightmare at 40,000 feet.
Mike, don't say
There's
that. Don't say that.
something
'Cause I just
on
got
the
over
way.
I just got over my fear of planes. Because let me tell you something. When I was on that plane going to Mexico, I was looking at the engines. Because that's right.
See the little guy like,
Yeah, right.
The big teeth and all that, yeah. But Sammy couldn't have brought up a greater episode because that really mind fucked the shit out of me. I'm thinking, okay, who are these little dudes? Because she was flinging them like little toys. I think if I remember correctly, I think she stepped on one or two, and then they had other little machines, and none of them ever talked until the end. Like Sammy said, it said United States of America. What a mind fuck that was.
I like when she's walking and then you just see like her feet and the little guy pops up with a knife and he goes just fucking chops her foot.
What an amazing episode. My nephew's a genius because let me tell you something. That series.
What's the name of the episode?
The Invaders. Season
okay.
2, episode 15, I think
So
it
this is
is.
from 60s?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what else is pretty wild? I was wondering what the script of this looks like, and I was able to download it and find it out. This is when the parasite is going into her mouth. This is pretty crazy. If you're watching this right now, it's like her door is pushed open. The gray's in there. It moves slowly towards her. Then it rises in the light, rises up to her. They come face to face. The alien opens its mouth and begins convulsing. Bryn can't even move her mouth to scream. Her tears fall up her face. Something's coming out of its fucking mouth. Something's coming out of its fucking mouth. Something's coming out of its fucking mouth. And then it's fucking alive. Like a living fucking blood clot. It screeches at Bryn, and then it crawls down her throat. That was an awesome scene.
This is exactly what happened to me at McDonald's.
It's coming out of his fucking mouth.
Didn't come out of your mouth, though. I don't
Mayor
think.
McCheese pooping into your mouth. Did the hamburglar stick his finger up your bum bum?
That's pretty cool, though, this script. I love
He's
it.
the
It's
turd
like-
burglar.
Dude. Oh.
So, yeah, that's No One Will Save You.
You know what? I'm going to apologize to both of you guys, especially my nephew. This movie, in a distorted way, was magnificent, but it just didn't grab me.
That scene where the parasite is like about to go down her mouth reminded me of Annihilation, the end of there, where the alien is like kind of being birthed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that's really cool.
But it just steered you in so many different directions. You know what I mean? I knew something was wrong with that.
We don't get too many UFO films that border on the line of horror that much. The last good one I thought was Fourth Kind.
That was great. Yeah,
that one's kind of.
I see. I don't remember.
What was the other one? Oh man, I always forget the exact name of it. It's like a dark something, but
is Felicity in it?
Yeah.
Okay, that one was
Carrie
cool.
Russell. That one was scary.
Yeah. No, you would like Fourth Kind. It's a little slow. Mia Jovovich is in it. Loosely based on a true story.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right.
I think so.
Right.
The woman that they got to like play her in the real scenes is terrifying.
Oh yeah, her eyes are just like. Ugh.
But I will say, again, with Sammy with Plex, the magnificent artwork and the posters. Look at that, man. You just want to watch that because that is, her being beamed up in the space just it freaks the shit out of me. Because what are they going to do with her? Are they gonna take her apart?
Anal probe.
Blah 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 blah. Are they going to just drop her?
That's basically. What did you feel about the very end of this movie? I'm not sure if I like the very end of it. They kind of give her like everyone's an alien now, so they kind of give her like acceptance.
Aliens won.
Well, no matter what, in any time an alien attack, you have to remember the collateral damage because like War of the Worlds, the most magnificent sci-fi ever made, ever, and I don't care. I'll argue that till I'm dead. Obviously, our own bacteria killed them, but the damage they did, dude, we were almost extinct. But as far as the ending of this movie. You know what really just turned me off about it was like Sammy said, there was no, I hate to say this because I love being a bad guy fan, but they fucked us, man. These aliens really fucked the world, and they kind of pissed me off.
I thought it would have been a little better ending though if it would have cut. If you've seen the movie, if it cut when she was like laying on the pavement instead of the whole dance scene,
Yeah, and it was a little corny of an ending, a little bit for me. But I'm not putting on anything my nephew loves because he's magnificent. But
fuck you.
Damn, that's the second person I want to fuck
you want to put down shit that I love? No.
Sammy's possessed. The power of horror compels you.
You want me to do a McDonald's here? Sorry, Sammy. Go ahead.
Definitely not in here. Not up in here.
Not up in here. Not up in here. Not up in here.
Next film, please.
Moving on. Another one that I really loved here. Slotherhouse. Did you guys watch this?
No.
You know what, Mike?
It was
Sammy.
Is it a killer sloth?
Yeah.
Yes!
It's the killer sloth movie.
Sammy sent it to me, and he, Sammy goes, "Oh, you got to watch this." So I'm like, "What the hell? What the hell?" It didn't make sense, that it was a sloth. So I looked it up I looked at it because it said Slotherhouse, and I'm like, "What the fuck is a Slotherhouse?" So I downloaded the trailer. I was crying laughing. I thought, you know what? This has to be, in Mike's words, a movie that you have to play in the background.
It was great. Yeah, it was an hour and 33 minutes. This is another Huluween. You can also watch this on Prime Video.
With claws like that, how does the sloth wipe its own butt?
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Okay.
It leaves it there.
How do women with claws that long wipe their own butt?
They don't. They leave it there. Okay, Sammy.
I always wondered that.
Sammy, so is he intelligent?
Kind of.
He's kind of intelligent.
Yeah.
Okay.
But he can't wipe his own butt.
So this is directed by Matthew Goodhue. It's basically like his first film. He's directed some shorts before, but he said that the concept for Slotherhouse originated when the film's co-writer Bradley Fowler tried to come up with the dumbest idea he could think of. So
successful.
Yeah, they described the concept of this like Mean Girls meets Happy Death Day with a touch of Gremlins. The sorority setting is kind of a nod to other horror films like Black Christmas, The House on Sorority Row, Terror Train.
Is this a Christmas film?
No.
okay.
It takes place in pretty much like the start of the school year, I think, like September, August.
Okay.
So it's all a young audience.
Yeah.
In a movie.
So it's kind of a mix of like that and killer animal films like Jaws, Cujo, Crawl. And he said like Joe Dante films were a big inspiration for him on this, just because they're so fun.
Yeah, they are.
Okay, Sammy, I haven't seen it, but I want to. But you have to tell me why does he go nuts? Why does he go nuts?
Yeah,
The sloth, yeah.
Well, he basically goes crazy because they pull him out of his environment and then try to animal traffic him. You know. Yeah, it's all about this woman in a sorority. Her name is Emily. She adopts this three-toed sloth named Alpha.
Animal traffic.
Yeah.
It's a thing.
It's a thing. Exotic animals.
Mike, look at him.
It's so great. So yeah, she's trying to basically use this sloth to become like head of her sorority.
Animal trafficking.
So yeah, then the sloth, basically it's everybody loves it until it goes crazy and starts killing all the girls one by one.
Wait a minute. Is that the chick who's playing Snow White and everybody hates her?
I don't think so.
Okay, never mind.
It might. I don't know.
She looks a little like Scott Taylor. A little bit.
A bit.
I thought that's who it was at first.
Yeah, but basically, like the animal, the exotic animal dealer has been like sedating it. So after a while, like this woman runs out of the pills that's sedating it, and he goes crazy because he keeps having flashbacks. Like he just wants to be back in the Amazon or wherever.
I gotta watch it just because Sammy said it was animal trafficking.
Didn't you say you watched this?
I started to.
Oh my god!
I started to, and then it got real late, and I was tired.
Listen, I loved it because this movie knows exactly what it is, and it doesn't give a fuck. Like, the sloth drives a car. It gets on the internet and like does a Google search and finds this woman.
Please.
It goes to the hospital and it's like taking selfies with the girl that he just put in the hospital. There's a part they spoof a couple different movies on here too, where like there's a part where she knocks it out of a window, and then she goes to the window and she looks down and she sees it, and she like there's a noise behind her. She looks back, she turns around and it's gone, like Halloween, Michael Myers.
That's almost as bad as like Thanksgiving.
No, this was actually shot really good though. It's like I'd say Slotherhouse was pretty good. I liked it.
Okay, Mike. Okay, Mike. Look at.
Yeah, so the sloth basically is it's a practically created animatronic created by the people at Creature Effects. It was operated by 4 to 5 puppeteers at a time using rods to control its arms, legs, belly, and back. They also had 2 puppeteers on RC control who could move his head up and down, left and right, and wiggle her nose and mouth.
All right. Mikey, I'm going to say this one thing to you. This kind of insults me. But I will watch it because if it makes my nephew laugh, because it's very hard to make Sammy laugh.
Why does it insult you?
It insults me because this cocaine bear, zombie beavers, they're making me think of the most outlandish way of making a film like Ben and Willard and stuff like that. And
man,
where they use animals to get us.
Have
and
you
now
ever
they're
seen
using
a
this
woman
stupid
shoot
shit.
somebody in the face before?
Now they're making it silly.
Okay,
they're making it silly.
Have you seen Birdemic?
I've seen it. I've seen the poster, but I didn't watch it.
You're gonna want to gouge out your eyes after you watch that, dude. It is the worst hunk of shit.
Well, that's what I mean. These are doing that. I mean, cocaine
Like
bear.
all those-
Come on.
Yeah, what is it? They got another couple of them. Meth Shark and fucking...
Yeah. Frankenfish. Did you see Frankenfish? No. I thought I was going to stab myself in my nuts.
I got one coming out soon. It's called Crack Rat.
But are you catching my drift?
Shot in Chicago.
Are you catching my drift? Me loving the 70s frogs and Ben and Willard and you know,
Night of the Lepus.
Night of the Lepus. And when they make, you know what, it's like what they did to fucking that stupid what was it, little kid place where the robots came alive?
Chuck E. Cheese.
Five Nights at Freddy's.
Five Nights at Freddy's. I want to beat the shit out of the guy.
Are we gonna cover that?
Yeah.
Oh God! I want to beat the shit out of the guy that made the costumes.
They were there.
I want to beat the shit out of the guy that wrote it. I want to beat the shit out of the guy that got the coffee and donuts. That
You
movie
missed your
was so bad.
opportunity. They were at Days of the Dead.
Oh, come on. You don't like that face? That's what the,
creepy looking,
That's what the
dude.
director said. He didn't really see the sloth as a villain, but that it was put in a horrible situation and had to adapt to survive.
Now, in saying what I just told you two guys, I am gonna watch it because that's a funny looking motherfucker. When Sammy said he's on the internet, I gotta check this.
It's a good animatronic, but it does look fake.
The animatronics, like to me, that could be kind of creepy. Have you ever seen that film, A Gnome Named Norm?
I did.
Oh,
I did.
Jeez, that thing is fucking creepy looking, dude.
Yeah, but it was horrible.
It was a piece of shit.
But Mikey, would you watch this?
I don't know, man.
I'm telling you, watch it. It's fun. It's fun.
I'd have to take one of my edibles.
I want to watch it just because Sammy thinks it's funny. I gotta see what Sammy's like. Look at him. Look at his face.
Like I said, this movie knows exactly what it is. It's not like trying to be anything special. It knows.
You know what? That's a great explanation. I gotta give it to Sam. That's a great explanation because, like tire. I'm sorry. Rubber. Probably the worst.
Talk about a movie without dialogue.
Yeah, you talk about a movie that they really went past Mars and Jupiter and Uranus.
There's been a couple like that too. Slacks,
dude.
I think was one of them.
Yeah,
In Dress was another one.
On. It was taking a shower. In Rubber. I'll never forget that. Come on.
What's next, man?
Dude.
So El Conde, did you guys watch this one at all?
No.
It was I think it's from a Spain.
About what?
Barcelona?
A Spain.
Barcelona.
What's that mean?
So sorry.
Oh.
Lo siento. Lo siento.
A Spain.
Okay, this dude looks a little out there.
So the title translates to The Count, an allusion to Dracula. Several allusions are made to other vampire stories like Dracula, Blade, and Interview with the Vampire. This is basically like satire rooted in real life. It was released on September 15th, 4 days after the 50th anniversary of the 1973 coup d'etat, in which the real-life Augusto Pinochet seized power. You never done a coup d'etat before? Woo, good times. So this one was about an hour and 50 minutes. It was a Netflix. This one was rated pretty good. It's got like an 81% on the tomato meter.
Wow.
Yeah, I put this in the subgenre of bloodsuckers.
Really?
Vamps.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, this is a great one. The title translates, that's the real Augusto Pinochet, by the way.
Okay, that's a creepy looking dude.
Yeah. So this is written and directed by Pablo Larraín. Why is that so funny? Is this a dude? He's a Chilean director. So yeah, not from a Spain. That's a different movie. Later on we're going to
Why
cover.
did he take a picture of himself laying on a table?
I don't know.
Just his head.
But he's pretty much, this guy's known for biopics like Spencer, which was the Princess Diana movie. Also Jackie, about Jackie Kennedy.
Oh, I saw that one.
Yeah, he also did, I got some pictures in here. Jackie Kennedy, and also Lizzie's
Natalie
story,
Portman.
which is pretty good.
Natalie Portman was Jackie.
You know, I gotta admit that I would never ever watch these kind of movies. So
No, Jackie's good,
my
dude.
wife
was good.
My wife loves this kind of shit, especially the Queen. But she was telling me some of the stuff that happened to some of these women, dude.
Well, Jackie O was just covered in JFK's blood for hours.
Yeah.
And,
Now, in I can't remember what movie it was.
Dramatic.
Mike, did you hear that he actually got shot twice, not once?
You know, there's been a whole bunch of news about it actually this week.
That's a whole conspiracy theory.
Yeah,
And
because-
they're kind of
because they're
blowing
saying-
it wide open.
yeah,
that
they're saying it
the single
wasn't-
bullet theory is
Yeah.
totally impossible.
Yeah, that's what he said.
Jesse
That's what they said.
Ventura actually kind of proved it a few years ago because he was a sharpshooter sniper with the Navy SEALs.
Yes.
And he
I knew that.
tested it, and he said, this
Yes.
is literally impossible.
Yes, because when he made Predator, his heart was pounding, he said, from memories.
Yeah.
But
I think it came out pretty recently, but just to add to that, I think what they're saying now is like kind of the official story from like one of the Secret Service guys who like recently just passed away. On his deathbed, he kind of said that like, so there was the first shot that shot in the chest or something like that, and then it scared one of the Secret Service guys so bad that he discharged his weapon and blew the fucking president's head off.
I
Is
didn't
what they're
hear
basically
that.
what they're saying
I
happened.
didn't hear
Yeah.
that. But it makes so much sense, Mike, because of the direction of the wounds. They're like, there's no way that one person did this.
No.
because they could tell. I think that's remarkable that you send Mikey in. Hey, Mike, where did this shot come from? Exactly over there, northeast, west. How the hell?
My favorite theory is from Pixels, the Adam Sandler movie. In the beginning, he's like, they're on me because I found out what happened to JFK. He's like, what happened to JFK? He's like, JFK shot first. It was self-defense.
Seriously, how good of a shot was Lee Harvey?
Was it the 300 yards?
I don't think you could have done it.
I think it was 200 yards, Mikey. If memory serves me correct, I think it was a 200 yard.
I think it was just how fast it happened. A lot of Navy SEALs say they can't even do that, or people are. Jesse Ventura tried it, and if he can't do it, no one
Jesse
can.
Ventura, I'm from Minnesota.
Listen here, Mean Gene.
He's
trying to kill me.
I ain't got time to bleed. You're a bunch of slack-jawed. This shit'll make you a sexual tyrannosaurus, just like me.
What the hell is
Yeah,
that?
so in this movie, this is how Conde, this is basically the plot of it is in the 18th century, a guy named Claude Pinochet, a royalist French soldier, is discovered to be a vampire and survives an attempt to kill him. Witnessing the French Revolution and the execution of Marie Antoinette, he fakes his death and flees abroad, participating in the suppression of revolutionary upheavals over the next centuries. Eventually he ends up in Chile in 1935 and joins the Chilean army under the name Augusto Pinochet. Like I said, he's a real person, by the way. It's like this is an alternate history, kind of. So he rises to become a general, overthrows the socialist government of Salvador Allende in 1973, and becomes the country's first dictator, while demanding that he be addressed as the Count by his family. So basically, in the end, like the authorities are investigating, like he's corrupt as a motherfucker, even in real life. So he decides to fake his death once again.
I like the way this looks in black and white. It kind of reminds me of a girl walks home alone at night.
What have I told you, dudes? Black and white films, man.
But this has amazing cinematography.
It is. Yeah. It's magnificent. I'm
telling
have to watch
you,
this.
if you watch like the first 10 minutes of this, you will be drawn in.
You're in.
It's amazing.
So you like this scene?
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. Yeah.
I'm shocked you haven't watched this, Mike.
I got maybe like the
Netflix, right?
Yeah, it kind of maybe like ends a little bit of as a slow burn, but it was super interesting the whole time. Like I said, I love to watch the cinematography of it.
Yeah, I get you. I hear you.
It's also got this aspect of this woman right here is like a nun, and she's there under the guise of like investigating his, what he did with his money, because he's kind of becoming senile as he's getting older.
I'll tell you, some of the scenes that you've just shown us, Sammy, wow.
Yeah, some of like the flying scenes are great, where he's just like flying around at night, or one flew under the radar. I never really heard anybody say anything about this, in like mainstream.
Is that on Netflix now?
Horror movies on Netflix don't get promoted very well at all.
Yeah.
Some fly under the radar, like you said.
So I was going to say about 16 minutes into this movie, there's a voiceover that describes one of the characters as, quote, a lady not for turning. So this combined with the accent the voiceover uses should be your first hint at who this is, particularly for a British person of who the voiceover is. She says, "You turn if you want to, the ladies not for turning," is a famous quote from a speech that Margaret Thatcher gave.
Seriously?
In 1981. So this movie actually has a vampire Margaret Thatcher in it. It's great.
I love it, man. I love it. Old people should be vampires too.
Yeah.
Because most vampires they're young guys or women or.
Yeah.
But now you got an old goat doing it.
Yeah, watch El Conde is great.
I gotta check. I think I'll check it out.
He also has like his servant, kind of his what do they call it, like familiar.
Yeah,
is also like some socialist crazy motherfucker from way back when.
Mm-hmm. Mike, did you hear they're redoing Blade?
Yeah, with what's that actor from Green Book?
Mahershala Ali.
Yes,
Mahershala something.
Yeah, he'll be Blade.
Oh, really?
Yeah, why not?
I'm just hoping they do it as an R rating, because you can't have Blade be like tame. You know what I'm saying? Like you can't have a Marvel, one of the newer Marvel movies in the MCU.
I like the Blades. Those are good
I
movies.
love the Blades, and Tracy Lord was in the first one.
Yeah,
that's what she looked good.
Triple H was in one of them.
Yeah. Oh. He was horrible in that one.
Because Ryan Reynolds was in that fucking tulip.
And I'm a huge I'm a huge fan of his. Ryan Reynolds.
Who did he play?
Can't stand him. Who?
He's a vampire killer.
Yeah, but he was.
Jessica Biel was in it too.
Yeah, but he was a vampire, and then he got human again. Oh. I just can't stand that.
Lame.
When he said to what's her face, he doesn't like me, does he? Good, because I hate you, you little fuck. Guy's a dickhead.
I'm the owner of Mint Mobile.
So what about the Black Demon? Do you like this one at all?
God, it was so bad.
Not
it
very
was
good.
so bad. It made the Meg look good. It was that bad, Mike. It was horrible.
This was directed by Adrian Grunberg, who did Get the Gringo, Rambo: Last Blood, and he's got a ton of credits as a second unit director for like Narcos,
Okay.
Jack Reacher 2, Reach Back Farther.
Speaking of
Edge of Darkness,
Rambo and Meg, you got me thinking of that new Expendables movie.
4, yeah.
What a hunk of shit.
I think I got it, but I haven't watched it. I forgot all about that.
Mike told me how bad it was.
It's like laughably bad.
It's Sammy. Do you know how long I watched Wonder Woman 1984 longer than I watched that movie. After the first
was a
2
bad one.
lines of Sylvester Stallone in that movie,
Nah, dude.
I turned
Stallone
it off.
wasn't bad.
I turned it
Statham was the goddamn star of the fucking film, okay?
Wow, if he says
Watch
that,
your bloody mouth. Watch your mouth.
I'll take Sammy seriously.
You got a problem with me, mate?
I thought when I turned off Wonder Woman 1984 in 10 minutes, I was so pissed, but it beat me. It beat the hell out of Wonder Woman 1984. After I don't even think it was 5 minutes, I turned it off. It was the no expendable. Why did he do that? Why did these guys do that?
Unnecessary. Just garbage. Anyway, Black Demon?
Black Demon.
What's it called?
Starring Josh Lucas, American Psycho, Session 9.
Good
He was in
actor.
a great movie called Wonderland, too. You ever seen
Yes.
that?
Oh,
I've
yeah.
heard of
Kilmer?
it, but I've never seen it.
Yeah, it's about the John Holmes Wonderland
Thomas
murders.
Jane.
Hello.
Yeah.
No, wait. No, I'm thinking of Val Kilmer.
Thomas Jane was in it, though, wasn't it? Oh, no. It was Boogie Nights, which
Yeah.
is the same
Same
kind of thing.
Kind of thing.
But this one not very good.
Oh my
It's
God.
Josh Lucas takes his family on a trip to Mexico to inspect an oil rig his company owns. Once they get out there, he finds the place almost abandoned with only a few terrified workers left who tell him that the rig has been repeatedly attacked by a monstrous shark that is part of a Mexican legend. With the oil rig sinking into the water and the shark hunting them, he must find a way to get his family out and stay alive.
And they call it a Meg, Mike.
Great.
Yeah.
Do they?
Yeah.
Because that's what I wasn't
Yeah.
so sure about. I was
Yeah,
like,
they
I
called
don't
it a meg.
understand if it's
Yeah.
supposed to be like a megalodon or some type of cryptid, or if it was actually a demon sent by God.
Well. In their beliefs, it's a demon. But
It's based on real legends from around like Baja California.
Yeah, it is, Mike. It's supposed to be a real thing. You know.
Okay.
They say because like people have gone missing in the ocean and
Yeah.
whales show up dead.
Yeah.
It must be a bloody megalodon.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing that really pissed me off about this film, outside of it, the script, was they didn't show the shark that much. They didn't. They barely showed him. You know, I mean, if you're gonna make
probably
a bad,
all of it that's in this trailer.
if you're gonna make a bad movie like Frankenfish and Boa vs. Cobra, those movies,
No.
you know, at least show them more. You know,
You know when this movie went just past into another territory for me is when he gives that big giant speech like in 3/4 of the way through the movie. He's like, about how he's like, listen, oil man just want to make money. Oil man go out there say, I got a family now, gotta have more money. Oil man start digging from the earth, but soon God don't like oil man. He said, El Damano Negro.
That's pretty good, dude.
oh, that's funny.
Pretty good.
That's funny.
El Damano Negro. That's that's the name of this movie.
You know, but it was just horrible. Oh
Yeah.
my God.
This was real bad. Yeah, there was some bad CGI in this one.
Oh.
There was scenes too where I wasn't understanding what the fuck was going on. Like someone starts like hallucinating whenever the shark comes around.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
That's why I wasn't sure if it was supposed to be like a demon.
Because it made everybody,
Black
including
demon.
the people that didn't believe in it, hallucinate.
Yeah.
That made no fucking sense. None at all.
He's like, huh?
Come on, a shark
maybe I
is giving you
should.
hallucinations now? Holy crap.
Yeah, they also had a couple like Jaws one-liners in here.
They did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what does he say? He's like, ain't got no spit.
Yeah. Oh, for his mask. Yeah, when
Yeah.
the guy was going under. Oh my God.
Bad. Yeah, this one just falls very short. I think it could have been good.
It could have been.
I like the setup when they're
Epic.
the town
It-
the town is all abandoned when they go there.
It could have been Sammy, but you know what the biggest problem was? The biggest problem was it was so predictable, Mike. It was just so predictable. Like the little dog, you knew that little motherfucker was gonna be in the water. The mom, the guy was in on it the whole time. The guy was in on hold. I knew right away. Corporate is always in it right away.
Fucking corporate.
Yeah,
So-
he knew that. What did he? He knew that the shark was killing people or something.
He actually signed.
That it was leaking.
He signed
That it was not leaking.
That it was not leaking. He's like, whatever issues there were, Mike. No, it didn't happen. No, Mike was wrong. No, Sammy didn't write down the right date. Blah blah blah.
Well, oil man's a company man.
Yep. And those Mexican brothers hated him, man. They wanted to kill the wife and daughter.
Yeah, that's how this movie would have gone in real life.
Yeah.
He would have got there on the boat. They would have tossed his ass overboard. They say, "Oil man now dead."
They would have tossed his.
Muerte.
No, Mikey. If it was Sammy and he was a bad Mexican, he would take their shit.
Take the shoes.
No, you can't take a dead man's boots. That's
I
bad
don't know
luck.
what this
That's a
dumb
world of bad luck you don't want, Jack.
When he wanted to take that one bum's shoes, Mike, at the theater, I was crying.
I don't think he was a bum. He was just a drunk.
Well,
He didn't have any car.
Where did I go see? So we're going to talk about the Holdovers, but when I went to go see the Holdovers, there's two elderly white people talking so fucking loud throughout the entirety of the film. I had to shush them. Now, okay, I don't want to come off as racist and stereotypical, but it's usually people that are not white that talk during movies, okay? But these old motherfuckers, dude, they would not shut
Mike,
up.
you yelled
dude.
at two old people.
Yeah, like an elderly white couple. I'm like, shh. I paid to see the film, not to hear your fucking commentary. You know?
You yelled at two ARP people.
ARP, yeah, they're ARPs. They're ARPs.
Murder, she wrote, bitch.
That's right.
No,
It's 3 o'clock. Should you be at dinner?
You know what would have been funny? You know what would have been funny is if they finally shut up and Mike turns around and they're making out.
No, they were next to me, dude. They
Oh,
were next
shit.
to me.
My teeth fell out, Helen.
Oh God. Unzip your pants. I'm go down on you.
Mikey yelled at the elderly. How?
Peeping.
Mike was peeping.
It's a peeping.
Mike, you're going
I
straight.
was looking like this.
Mike, you're going straight to hell, buddy. You are going straight to hell.
Oh, so our next movie, Elevator
No,
Game.
if you talk during a movie, you should go straight to hell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Elevator movie, elevator
Yeah,
game.
go straight to hell.
Never seen this.
It's not very good. It's a Shudder original. By the way, this is our basically all the movies that I watched during October. This was kind of
Okay,
like a 31
all right.
days of
Okay,
horror.
you're 31. Yeah.
yeah.
You always do that. Yeah.
So this was it's about an hour and 34 minutes. This is distributed by Shudder. It has a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's rotten. It's kind of a supernatural ghost
There's
movie.
some great stuff on Shudder. Then there's
Sammy,
a whole lot that's not.
Where would it be on Mike's IMDb?
IMDb at the bottom of the list. I don't know. So this is directed by Rebecca McKendry. I'm sure you've seen
I know
her
her.
on like a bunch of all the Shudder 101.
She's a podcaster
yeah,
too.
best
Oh, really?
streams.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, she's only directed 2 other movies. All the Creatures Were Stirring, and one that I actually liked was Glorious. Did you see this?
Ooh.
Is that Ryan Quanting?
Yeah, he goes into a rest stop bathroom, and
Yeah.
there's a glory hole.
Yes, yes,
And
yes.
it's voiced by fucking what's his name? The guy from Whiplash, who's the crazy teacher.
Oh, J.K. Simmons.
Yeah, J.K. Simmons.
Are those?
And it's this whole Lovecraftian cosmic horror thing that's happening.
So, okay,
Good movie.
When I went to the panel at the convention, it was the independent filmmaker panel. Some guy was talking about a Lovecraftian glory hole. He must be talking about this.
That's the only glory hole.
Where?
What are those horn things that there, Sammy?
That's kind of the creature. Yeah,
Tentacles.
tentacles.
Oh, the tentacles are not horns?
Yeah,
Okay, I feel you.
not bad.
Lovecraft. Tentacles.
So this is based on the online phenomenon of the same name, the Elevator Game, which follows socially awkward teenager Ryan right there, who ingratiates herself into a group of recent high school students. Or I'm sorry, Ryan is a man. I fucked up.
What?
So, he ingratiates himself into a bunch of recent high school graduates that run an online web series debunking urban legends. But Ryan has a secret. His sister disappeared months earlier, and he believes that they and a dangerous online challenge called the Elevator Game were responsible. So to play the game, you must ride the elevator in a specific sequence, like they go to the 10th floor, the 2nd floor, the 4th, shit like that. Basically just to invoke a supernatural creature called the 5th Floor Woman. In an attempt to gain more information as to the whereabouts of his sister, Ryan persuades the group to play the game once more and risk unleashing the most fearsome consequences imaginable. They kind of go to like hell or like a different dimension.
Mike, did you catch that clip?
What?
When she was looking at her phone, somebody was looking behind her.
Yeah.
Did you see that, Sammy?
This is seriously like Generation Y and Z's pastime. They got nothing better to do than ride a fucking elevator. Like this is
Well, you got the young
disgusting
people,
how
Mike.
stupid they are.
Young people come up with some stupid shit
like this.
They really do.
This was a bad movie, by the way. Just terrible acting all around.
Yeah, looks like it.
Yeah, was the creature was all right, but I don't know. When they go to the other dimension, the hellscape or whatever, that was something interesting. But
Shame on you, Shudder.
yeah, this is just a bad movie all around. So yeah, the elevator game.
So it's no good, Sammy?
I would skip it. You don't really need to see it.
All right.
Yeah. So this was, by the way, this is also based on like the Elisa Lamb case. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
At the Cecil.
Now
Hotel.
that's some creepy shit. This video.
Yeah. That is a
Do you know the
creepy
story
video.
of this?
No.
Sal?
No.
Do you want to tell him?
Yeah, this woman she was going from like floor to floor, and she kind of gets off, and she's like looking around the corner, and she looks like she's like hiding from something, like how she's tucked back there, and
She's doing weird shit with her hands.
Damn.
But then they found her in the water cooler on top of the hotel with like the lid on it already,
Locked in.
Yeah.
What?
Locked in the water on top of the roof for the hotel.
The messed up thing is they didn't find her for weeks. This was the water for the whole hotel, so people
come
were
on. That's not true.
Drinking it,
people were
bathing
drinking
in
That's
it.
her.
not true.
That's
Yeah.
true.
Oh, yeah. Like Bird, or like D, the bird.
That sounds like my McDonald's.
Oh man, yeah, pretty gross. So yeah, I don't know. You could skip the elevator game. I watched it so you didn't have to. Just like this one,
Thank you,
all fun
Sam.
and games. Have you heard of this one at all?
I have not.
Absolutely terrible. Kind of a supernatural horror movie. This
Shudder?
is, I believe it was Shudder. Yeah, but this is starring Asa Butterfield and Natalia Dyer from Stranger Things.
Oh yeah.
You know what? I gotta say, these Stranger Kids, they are terrible actors. They are horrible in everything they're ever in. Even that Finn Wolfhard, is that his name?
Yeah, I don't like that kid.
Yeah.
Mike, you like Stranger Things, right?
I do like Stranger Things.
I-
They're okay in Stranger
I'm
Things.
sorry, man. I watched 2 or 3 episodes.
But I don't know, the latest season, like they keep introducing all these new characters and
Yeah.
following different plots to stay away from these kids. I think once they hit puberty, they just got shit at everything.
Yeah. Everybody I talked to loves that series, and they said, especially my kids, Dad, you're gonna love it. You're gonna love it. It's all the 80s. Dude, it was horrible.
It started off good.
It's good. You got to do. There's going to be one more, and I think that's it.
Yeah.
As it should
How
be.
many
Right now,
Which
there
club
might
is
be
there?
3 or
Seasons?
4 seasons. I think.
All right.
4,
and,
I think, yeah.
and you liked all of them, Mike?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good show.
All right. All right.
Yeah, so this one takes place in Salem. Like a group of teens discover a cursed knife that unleashes a demon that forces them to play a gruesome, deadly versions of childhood games where there can be no winners. So the demon is a scared child who was tortured and forced to play these games that now he inflicts on other people. The film's look was inspired mostly by German witchcraft and The Evil Dead.
That looks like a prison shank.
Yeah, it's I don't know. Like I said, I just wasn't into this at all. Neither of you guys watched this one?
No.
Well, like I said, you could skip it.
Okay.
Yeah, all fun and games. Now you
feel
know.
I
So,
feel
you
you.
know.
Slasher.
Supernatural. Yeah, not really a slasher. Like kind of Asa Butterfield's kind of coming after the rest of the kids in there.
What movie was
he
that?
gets possessed.
Was he in when he was a little kid? Was he in that one with Harrison Ford? It's like a sci-fi movie.
Yeah, the one where Harrison Ford, he's a mental.
Get off my plane.
I don't know what movie that is. Nah. So let's move on to what we all saw. Saw X.
Oh boy.
You didn't like it?
No, God. You talk about something I put on in the background. Did you see this?
Yes, I did.
Well, this one was an hour and 58 minutes
It was
long.
bad, dude.
It's the longest movie in the whole franchise.
I'm sorry, dudes. I loved it.
Really?
I loved it. They mind fucked the shit out of him.
thought it was decent.
I loved it, dude. Mikey.
This has
Mikey.
an 89% audience score on Rotten Tomatoes.
It was probably one of the most magnificent prequels I've ever seen. I mean, they fucked John. They fucked John hard.
Wait. It's a prequel?
Yeah.
It takes place in between 1 and 2.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I thought it was actually. Oh yeah, because what's her name was in it.
Yeah,
I'm sorry,
Shawnee
I'm
Smith.
sorry, Shawnee Smith. I'm sorry. But it's still a prequel, right? I mean, yeah.
Well, kind
but,
of.
But Mike,
I don't know.
but Mike, here's my thing. When you get somebody like him, obviously what happened to his wife, and he goes insane, and he's got cancer, and then you mind fucked him instead of killing their family. You mind fucked him about his disease. Man, I thought all the escapes, all the stuff that they didn't know he was capable of was fantastic. It was fantastic.
I hated the way it was shot. Everything was so dark. I could barely see people's faces.
I didn't have any problem with that watching it on
Some of it was
Plex.
dark. Yeah, I think they were all kind of like that though.
But you know what?
They're all real dark, and I always hate how they always do like the circular revolving thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay, I got
The editing trick?
Yeah. I gotta tell you two guys. I thought this was the best Saw, in my opinion. The
best one?
I love this one and thought it was the best one. Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, because they really, Mike, they fucked that dude, man. They took all his money. They gave him hopes. You know, they even sent guys in with fake scars.
Yeah, even one of the guys from the previous ones was in on
Yeah,
it, wasn't he?
yeah,
Or the guy that
yeah.
they kill in the third one or the second one?
Yes. But Shawnee Smith, ooh, you could tell she's aging bad. She's not aging good, Mikey.
Who's Harry Crumb?
You don't
She
think
didn't-
so?
She didn't look good.
She was good in that
Look
one.
at the plastic surgery. Like, come
know.
on, Sammy. Look at all the surgery on her face. Why did these beautiful women do that? God damn.
Because they know that Sal Velez is judging them.
That's right. And Mike and Sammy, Mike said this guy's an asshole at
Tobin Bell?
conventions. Yeah.
From what I've heard, like
Yeah.
in the past, he would just sit there with his headphones on and just write his name, not look at you, not acknowledge anybody.
yeah.
What do you think he was listening to?
Fucking yes, some kind of yacht rock band or Steely Dan. Yeah.
So Mike,
Oh,
according,
dun, 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 dun.
so Mike, according to I seen this one movie. It wasn't a big hit or anything like that, but according to a couple of movies I have watched, one of the most well-known tortures is covering your face and pouring water down your throat.
Waterboarding.
Now, is that what they were trying to do to him with that? What was that? Blood
I think it was motor oil.
or motor oil? Motor oil? Was that what they were trying to do?
Guys,
Oil, man. Like do a waterboard with that oil.
I had the movie on. I barely even looked at the screen.
Come on.
I can't get into Saw movies.
You know what? I'm going to give it to you, Mike, because I just don't get some of the horror series that you dudes love. I like the one we just mentioned. But I thought this was magnificent. I really did. Mm-hmm. Great. Finally, somebody with a fantastic script, a new script. I thought it was awesome. The lady
I
that
thought it
played
was
the doctor-
original, yeah. at
Yeah,
least,
the
but-
script was magnificent. Where they had it was magnificent. You know, they covered all their bases. Like when they sent the fake cartel guys to hood him and say, "Hey, don't worry. You know, we're with you. We're taking you to a secret spot," because nobody could find out where these people are at. Oh, they covered every base. I loved it. Loved
yeah,
it.
he goes to Mexico, right?
Yeah, he goes to Mexico. Yeah. Because Mike, I mean, I know you and Sam are well aware that Mexico's supposed to have a lot of drugs that who'd have to pass through, Mike? What's that? Not the MAA.
Oh, Pee Wee.
You're losing me.
I gotta
You're
get it
losing
in
me.
that one
No,
episode.
the people that passed the pharmacy that
FDA.
Yeah, the FDA. Yeah. I mean, that's a true story because a lot of people I seen and heard of go for plastic surgery and just come back looking like little amoebas.
There's certain surgeries that you can get done in Mexico that either you can't get done in the States or it costs too much to do it in the States.
Mike, what do you think of his pig head, the fake pig head? I kind of dig that. It's kind of out there.
I'll never forget. What's the actor's name again?
Tobin Bell?
Tobin Bell was on an episode of Seinfeld where he owned a record shop, and Newman and Kramer go in there thinking they're going to make millions selling old records. And he offers them like $5 after they give him like a stack of records.
That's like disc replay.
Yeah, it's big time. Yeah, like they offer you a third of the cost, and they're talking shit to him. And then Newman's calling him he's like, "You're a vile human being, and you smell." And he gets up behind the counter. He's like choking Newman.
Now, Mike. In my opinion, a lot of the Saws I love them all, but I could watch them and it's got to be like a month later, a day later. This one I could watch every day and I get sick of it. Some of the shit that he like when that guy had to drill into his own head and take out some of his brain.
See, that would maybe be my complaint about this movie is I felt the traps were a little tame for Saw movies.
Sammy, it was bending that dude's fingers backwards.
Oh, he had to break his fingers. Oh, that's it. There's movies that are tear your fucking like your head in half. This guy was like, I had to break my fingers.
Okay, I see where Sammy's going because when that one female cop, I forget which Saw it was, when he dropped a key in the acid. And he said you only have like certain time to get it, and she reached in there, Mike, and you could see all her skin coming off, and you could see the bones and the veins. Awesome effect. Awesome. I can't. What? So did you like this one, Sammy?
Yeah, I liked it, but I just thought I don't think it was the best out of the whole series, though.
No. I'm just saying from my opinion.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
I loved it.
Yeah, I would recommend it.
I am saving my energy because I'm going to do some screaming when we talk about Exorcist. I'm maintaining, being calm. But when you put Exorcist on,
I could get violently ill.
I'm gonna shoot a pro wrestling promo on this movie. Okay,
I'm gonna tell. I'm warning you dudes now. If it gets into too deep a conversation, that fucking piece of shit film, I will do a McDonald's on Sammy's bed.
You better fucking not. I'll fucking do a Saw X on you.
So at
I'm like, Sal, if you want to live, you'll clean. You will not shit in my house.
Sammy, did you hear John at the convention? He did not see it yet. Oh. And his girlfriend looked at me and she goes, "What's the matter, Sal?" I go, "I'm not even gonna say anything."
They'll get around to it. They'll get around to it. Yeah.
So, wait, you didn't like Saw?
No, the new Exorcist.
Oh, yeah.
Because I asked John if he's seen it, and
believer.
Well, actually, most of the gore I read was done with practical effects in this.
That's good.
Like all the, in Saw X.
Awesome. I loved it.
It was only like a little bit of CGI that they used to bring everything together.
Yeah, when he got that one cab driver, Mikey, and he taped two knives to his hand, dude.
The whole series, I don't think. It's just my opinion. I don't think that any of the movies have redeeming qualities. I don't remember anything about them.
Well, you're not a fan. I'm
really
That's
not.
okay. That's
really
okay.
Not.
I thought the best one was the Chris Rock one.
Oh, come on.
I'm just kidding.
Oh, God.
The spiral.
I just wanted to see Sal go, what?
You know what? It wasn't even a bad script. It wasn't even bad CGI. It wasn't bad practical effects. It was just Chris Rock. I hate that guy.
Yeah.
He's not funny.
You want me to do what?
I can't do a good Chris Rock.
Don't put him in a horror movie, you know?
I don't even think he's funny. He's not even funny, dudes.
You got slapped by Will Smith.
Oh, man. Yeah, I was so happy that Will Smith slapped the fuck out of that idiot. I was so fucking happy.
I just saw my phone. There's a text from Sal that says, "Sorry, I'm taking a shit."
Jeez.
That's why I was late, Mikey.
TMI.
That's why I was late.
The correct way to respond, Sal, was to say, "I'm indisposed. I'll be on the way."
So what about Natty Knocks? Did you watch this, right, Sal?
Yes, I did.
This was released July 21st. It's about an hour and 34 minutes long. So again, not a long movie. It's a kind of a serial killer, I'd put it under.
It was an hour and 34 minutes too long. I text Sam immediately after. Mikey, when do you and Sam, how many times can you two guys tell me that I've done that right after a movie text you guys? This movie sucked my ass.
Well, this movie's like big claim to fame is that it was directed by Dwight H. Little, who did Halloween 4, The Return of Michael Myers.
There you go.
Oh.
There you go.
He also did Phantom of the Opera, Marked for Death, Free Willy 2,
Okay.
Murder at 1600,
Free Willy 2,
Anacondas, The Hunt for Blood Orchard, and a bunch of network television.
Now see, I gotta say, something just floated by. I gotta say, I liked Blood Orchard. I like that one. Because our girl was in there, Mikey.
Who's that?
I forget her name.
Snake.
No.
Pee-wee.
No, I can't remember. but this movie sucked my entire.
So this
ass.
said,
Wait, is that Danielle Harris?
Yeah, this had Bill Moseley in it, Robert Englund, Danielle Harris.
Okay.
And,
I think I tried to watch this.
There was a bunch of kid actors that haven't done shit with their fucking lives either.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I don't know why.
So we just saw Bill Moseley at the convention. I walked past his table, I see him there, and I was like, man. Wait, I've seen him he's at every single convention. Like, he makes more money doing conventions than he does.
But he was just
in films.
standing there. He was just standing there, just looking like he was on something.
I guess
You know what? I'm sorry. I love Bill Moseley, but he was garbage in this. He was phoning it in for sure.
Yeah, it was bad. And Danielle Harris playing a mom. You can't put Danielle Harris as a mom. She's too fucking hot.
There could be hot moms.
I
think she's a mom in real life.
This was beneath her.
She's almost 50, I think.
Yeah, she's a mom in real life.
I don't think she's almost 50.
She's almost 50.
Is she really?
Yeah.
Wow.
She had to be what, like 10 years old in 84 or something like that, or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But this movie made no fucking sense.
It didn't. The plot follows a babysitter on Halloween Eve. As she and the kids she's in charge of struggle to survive the horror of a serial killer, Bill Moseley, who himself is the traumatized son of B-movie horror legend and town whore, Natty Knocks. He's like watching his mom get banged out on TV, and then he goes and like commits a murder.
You know how I knew it was going to be bad, Mike? First of all, Natty Knocks. What the fuck does that mean? And then
it was the woman.
And then, no, I know,
the actress.
I know, but it's a stupid title. Anyway, I knew it was gonna suck ass. Danielle Harris couldn't even help it when I seen Robert Englund in it. Robert Englund's movies outside of Freddy suck.
But I thought the opposite about him in this one. He was like, it was refreshing to see him and not as Freddy Krueger, and he actually gives like the whole exposition, like the backstory of this. You know,
not necessarily true, man. There has been some things that he's been in outside of Freddy that weren't bad, small parts.
Was it Dead and Buried?
Dead and Buried was before. Dead and Buried was before.
Behind the Mask: The Rise of Leslie Vernon.
Oh, he's great in that.
That was awesome.
What's the deal, Mike?
It was an independent film that was in some theaters, maybe around 06, 05. And it's a slasher, but it's kind of like it's like a mockumentary. It mocks itself. And
it's about this guy who was like, he's like trying to become the next like Michael Myers or Jason Voorhees.
Okay.
So he's basically a serial killer, but he's like, it's a spoof, you know?
That one was good. Anyway, Bill Moseley, outside of, I'd say, Texas Chainsaw Massacre Part 2 and Devil's Rejects, all his movies, I think, fucking suck.
I agree with that.
Can you name one?
I agree with that because in Natty Knocks, he tried so hard. So hard.
Well, I think he's trying to be Otis in every film.
Yeah. I agree with that.
His best role still is Chop Top.
Yeah,
hands down. I love Chop Top.
Music is my life.
Because he's like, clean our plates, you dog dick.
Lick my plate.
Lick my plate.
Lick my plate, you dog dick.
You know what? Unfortunately, as talented horror icon as he is, he's stretching it too far. When he made this movie, oh God, I bet you he made $100 and taxes taken out, probably $75.
If he took on more roles the way like Richard Brake does, where Richard Brake can play like an excellent bad guy outside of horror movies, like a crime drama. I mean, he killed Batman's parents in that one Batman movie. If Bill Moseley could take on roles like the way that guy did, he would do well.
Yeah, Richard Brake has been in a bunch of like a couple of Star Wars films too.
Richard, I seen Richard
in
Brake.
the one Boba Fett, I think, or Mandalorian.
I seen Richard Brake. He was he had a son, and he was just beating the shit out of him all the time. And it wasn't a documentary. I'm sorry. It was just a movie about this kid having a bad life, and Richard Brake obviously could play the role great of just being an asshole dad. But I think I like him way more than Moseley.
I would like to see Moseley like flex his acting chops. You know.
Yeah, but you can't beat him as Otis. You can't.
No.
As Otis, he's magnificent. But everything else,
but it's all kind of one-sided as Otis. It's not really like,
I know, but
he's not really flexing any acting chops.
I know,
there,
but so is all the Freddys and the Jasons and the Michaels. They're all the same. They're all superhuman. You can't kill him. He's beating the fuck out of you. I mean, of course they're gonna drag it out as much as they can, but let me tell you something. I really did learn a lot from Danielle Harris when she shook her head and looked down on me and said, "Yeah, I did a lot of those." I know these actors regret a lot of the shit that they did, man.
Hey, sometimes they got to pay high property taxes.
Yeah.
So moving on, I know Sal, you watched this one, right? Deliver Us.
Yeah.
Not a bad. It was like it's a
Did
religion.
she fall
cult,
asleep at a party and they all drew on her back, or what?
Her husband, it was cold out, and the husband woke up and seen her, and he's yelling, and he follows her outside. I'm sorry, it wasn't the husband. It was the guy taking care of her, and she goes outside, and you just knew what was going to happen. She's supposedly drowned, and then she comes back, and she's a demon. She's supposed to be the anti.
No, that's not what happens here. It's basically like according to the ancient prophecy,
or the father. I'm sorry, he was a priest. I'm sorry, he's a priest.
Yeah,
he's a priest, and she's supposed to be. She got pregnant.
Well, she's supposed to give birth to both the Antichrist, the Messiah.
He's got to kill
both.
one of the babies.
She's having twins.
Yeah, she's having twins. One's the devil, one's God. I'm sorry. One's good, one's evil, and he's supposed to. He's the best exorcist.
So the Vatican gets involved basically, and they're also joined by another secret society.
Right.
I forget what their name was.
He's supposed to be the best demonologist ever of a priest, and they send him, and all these priests want this to happen, and they want the devil to win, because if you think about it, even though the devil's supposed to be a liar, he does in some of the stuff I've seen, he gives us some pretty good promises.
Yeah, like one group of priests wants the Messiah to survive. The other ones want the Antichrist to survive, basically.
So the Virgin Mary, Mike, is crying through the whole movie. And he comes in and he explains, which I thought was a hell of an explanation. He goes and they go, look, the Virgin Mary's crying, the Virgin Mary's crying. So he immediately goes to the side wall and he goes, no, man, she's not crying. It's just not condensation. What did he say? Well, it was something like condensation, Mikey, where the water's, and that was a hell of I got to give it to him. That was a pretty good explanation, but she was crying all the time. Every time they went in there, it's a little salty.
Let me get one more taste.
I've had this taste in my mouth before.
Yeah, but basically it's like a theological horror film, and they go versus good versus evil type of shit. Yeah, it's got some good parts in it. That guy gets tore the fuck up by those wolves. Oh, that's a great part.
Oh, dude, and they
a whole pack of wolves.
Yeah, they show the wolves just like yanking the meat off them. But Mike, when she went into the water, I'm sorry. When she went into the ice. And she just the ice is gonna start cracking on its own, and I knew it was gonna be the shape.
That was a dream, though, wasn't it? That was a dream.
Yeah,
where she went in there.
Yeah, because she kept the nurses. The nuns kept on drugging her, to keep her at bay, and they'd only give her like a certain amount of time to come out and talk. And when she was talking to the priest, the demonologist guy, they knew she was talking too much. She knew what was going to happen. He wanted to save her. He found out that what was going on, and wanted to save her. But it was creepy, man, because they showed those little babies.
Unrelated, but have you ever seen The Dead Zone with Christopher Walken?
Yes.
Yeah, right. So
I think I did.
One of my favorite lines out of his whole film career is when he goes to the guy's house and he slams the door. He goes, "The ice is gonna break." I fucking love that, dude.
Yeah, but you know what was disturbing, Mike? You know what was disturbing? The most disturbing.
Yeah.
What is that?
It's my ring, I think.
Ring?
Oh
no.
So when the priest came, they had to put him. She couldn't like meet him. Meet him. She had to be behind a window. That was disturbing, man.
Partition.
That was disturbing. Yeah. How about it, Sammy?
Yes.
When she.
just give us another awesome space music stare, please. There it is. Look at him.
Mike, when you two guys went up,
no one's gonna know what the fuck we're talking about unless if you have attended the Days of the Dead convention, because I'm sure he does all of them. Creepy, awesome space music guy, just like that. But his mouth is closed. Okay. Yeah. Don't look at me. Don't fucking look at me when you do that. His mouth is closed, but he's got kind of got like a smile on his face.
That dude angered you. I thought you were gonna slap him.
He creeps me out, dude. Like I have serious fucking nightmares about this guy. I can see your nose hairs.
Didn't he look like? You know who that guy reminded me of? That guy reminded.
No, I know who. Reanimator. Jeffrey Combs.
Yes, he was that creepy. But you know who he reminded me of? He reminded me of a guy you don't want at your house or you don't want to be related to.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna want to give you a bath. He's one of those dudes. Sammy, you look dirty.
Oh my God.
Let me wash your back.
A sponge bath. It puts the lotion on its skin.
Yeah, seriously. That guy wants to give you a tongue bath.
Or Mikey, he wants to do your laundry and you catch him downstairs sniffing your shorts.
Oh my God.
That dude, I didn't notice him until Sammy said,
turn around and look.
I looked and I go, Sammy, what the fuck?
You know what? This year he was out in the open.
I was having fun. I'm like,
yeah. Okay, I made the mistake of actually looking at his CDs once. Like the first time
he was there before, Mike?
Dude, he's there every year. Why do you think I talk about him?
I never seen that dude.
Every year. Well, they always hide him in the corner so you don't have to fucking look at him. But this year he was out in the open.
They hide him.
They hide him in the corner. Awesome space music guy. Hide in the corner so you don't fucking scare all the patrons. Well, anyway, I made the mistake
like this.
of looking at, like, you know, his CDs. And as I'm like perusing through them, he's trying to tell me about this and that. I'm like, you got any Hawkwind?
Mike's fucking with him. Is there any Gordon Lightfoot remixes on here?
I know I didn't bring those. Fucking creep.
I'm sure you know who Gordon Lightfoot is, Sammy. Yeah. Oh my God.
Do you like Mark Garson?
Oh, Mike, they put him in the corner.
Yeah, every year. But this year he was out in the open, right in the middle.
I never seen that dude there. Never seen that dude.
Said I did a killer Plantasia remix on this one.
Oh my God. But here's the thing, like, okay, let's say this. Give me something to hold. Give me one of those. Give me a book or something, Sal. A magazine. This is my imitation that I'm going to do here, folks.
That's a dildo in there.
Whoops. Can't use that. Wrong prop.
You got my dildo box.
Here we go.
Okay, this is fine. Some
It's
TP.
a roll of toilet paper.
Now imagine, if you will, folks, this TP roll is a sign. Little piece of paper, and it says awesome space music on it, okay? I should let you do this because you got the fucking eyes down. Anyway, this is the sign. Just do it, Sam. Just do it. Now go down slow. Slow, so reveal your eyes. Slow. There's the eyes. Oh, that is it. That is picture perfect. That is spot on. Right on. You hit the nail on the head.
You were so pissed about that. Oh God, that was fun.
No, it doesn't anger me. It just creeps me out. Like, I am in fear of this man.
Oh my God.
Okay?
You look behind, he's like this. He goes.
You know what, Mike? I'm telling you, buddy. The guy that Sammy explained that that had all the Marilyn Manson makeup look, he was weirder.
No.
Yeah, dude. Because
He was like, my father used to lock me in a box, and this is the monkey that I used to see in the darkness.
What's his name?
Because let me tell you something, Mike. Let me tell you something.
Was it Cleon?
Dude, oh, my Triad monkey. Dude, don't say that.
My name is Trent Sesmore.
Mike, would you rather have a guy not say anything to you than a guy tell you how fucking weird he is? I'd rather have the guy that doesn't say anything.
No, because that's awesome space music guy. He says nothing. He just points to sign and buy my CDs, please. You know, that's
okay.
He doesn't need to say anything. His eyes say it all.
Mike, I got to tell you and Sammy.
He's got a pit in his basement.
I got to tell you and Sammy, I was crying laughing here. I was hitting so much fucking traffic.
He's got a cobweb daughter.
Sammy, there's a homeless guy. There's a homeless guy right near to where you get your driver's license from. And I swear to God, he was holding up a sign, "Help me," and it was smaller than my phone.
help him go to like Michael's to get a bigger piece of cardboard.
I was gonna do Sammy's line. Hey guy, get a stick of gum. It's bigger. It was the smallest hell piece I ever seen.
I got
Was
one
it
better.
like a Post-it? Was it like holding up a Post-it?
Dude, it was about the size of my phone. I had to pull up on the curb to read it. I'm like, what?
I got one better in the city. I was coming out of work. I was just going around in the corner over by that McDonald's on like fucking Adams or whatever. There's this lady selling Reese's Pieces on the corner, but she's like this. She's like, oh, like her eyes are cross-eyed and everything. She pulls her finger out of her nose, wipes it on the McDonald's, and then she's like, she sees me and she goes, "You want to buy?
Do you want to buy?
No,
Oh,
I don't want your booger Reese's."
You booger Reese's.
Peanut butter and snot.
I think I actually said to her, I was like, "No, it's got boogers on it." Wow.
You're killing Sal. You're killing your uncle, Sam.
Dude,
demon in you.
I think an amoeba came out of me.
Oh man, I don't know if I have the energy now to cover Believer.
Anyway, so she has both of the babies, right?
Wait, what are we talking about again?
The movie.
No, deliver us. You're
Oh,
still
all right.
about that?
She has both of the babies.
Yeah.
And they're kill one of them at least, kill one. And here's me thinking, dude, you don't even know which one's which.
Yeah, how did they know? I was wondering that too. How did they know which one?
Did it bear the devil's mark?
I don't remember, but I think they were naked.
Says.
Weren't they naked? Were they naked?
Well, yeah, when they're born.
Yeah,
Yeah,
when they were
that's how
born.
babies
Yeah.
are.
So
What do you think? He came out in a fucking top hat?
Hello, my baby. Hello, my darling.
so
The evil one came out in a cape.
it was a stupid ending because they're at a edge of a cape. They're at the edge of a like a mountain thing, kind of Sammy. And of course the sun rises and blah blah, and they think they got the good baby, but I think they got the devil. Do you think
did
so,
she
Sammy?
actually kill one of them?
Yeah.
I must have forgotten about that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I would have killed them both. Just out of principle. I would
You
throw
know
the
what?
woman off the cliff
You know
too.
what? Wait a minute.
And steal her shoes.
You know what? I'm thinking. You know what? I think they both. You know what? I don't remember because this movie.
I thought she kept them both.
Yeah, I think she did because this movie kind of sucked. So I was in and out of it. It did, man.
You're like, it was great. It sucked.
Yeah, but she looked great naked. Let me tell you, because he was the father.
Hey, what did I say? Sometimes nudity saves a horror movie.
Because
okay?
he had imagine.
Can you name a redeeming quality from this?
Oh,
2, right?
no, the redeeming quality of
Lefty
this
and
movie
righty?
was the father supposedly banged her.
Oh God.
Yeah, right, Sammy.
Yeah.
That's
Not a quality.
The father banged her, dude. And I don't mean like Humpty Dumpty.
That's not a quality.
He took the title like a man. He did.
Wow.
I ain't gonna lie to you, dude.
So I want
I
to
think
know.
we got to move on.
we got to move on here. Sal, you cunt. What did you think about beating to death?
Oh yeah.
Oh.
This poor
Yeah.
son of a bitch.
Oh my
This is,
god!
I put this under the subgenre Australian.
Okay.
Yeah.
When Sammy and you,
I did see this one.
when Sammy and you were text when we were. I hate to say this because it sounds sexual. When we were tree-weighing, when Sammy said, "Did either you two guys see Beaten to Death?" The title alone tells you what it's about. Dude, that was fucked up. That was a fucked up movie.
It was almost like an exploitation film.
Yeah, I was hearing how fucked up it was, and I'm gonna say I was a little disappointed it wasn't more fucked up.
Yeah.
You know what pissed me off?
Because Australians do some fucked up shit.
Yeah, you
Yes.
know what pissed me off about this movie, Mike? You know what pissed me off? The ending. The ending just pissed me off.
I like that. That was a good ending. It's like, so
He made minced meat out of this dude's face.
But if you watch this film, was it the brother? This guy, the brother. He's the brother, right?
yeah.
They didn't show what he did to the guy that originally killed this guy and his wife. They didn't show it. They just showed. They just
yeah,
showed
he
him.
Yeah, I think they did.
No,
Yeah,
Sam.
they went to go buy drugs from him, and then they were
Yeah,
like, they only
right.
wanted a
but they
little bit
didn't-
of drugs.
I know, but they didn't show it.
What do you
They
mean?
didn't. They didn't show. They didn't. He went in with the rifle, but they didn't show him killing him. They said, "You forced me to kill my brother," but they never showed him killing him. They never showed him
Oh.
killing the bald guy.
That's right.
It immediately went to, "You killed my brother," and then he started chasing him. They didn't show what he did, Mike.
You kill my brother. Prepare to die.
And that
Oh
was
no, they did show what he did to him. He stabbed him. He was when the guy was on top of him beating him, he grabbed a broken bottle and shoved it into his throat. And then the guy bled out.
I don't think so, Sammy.
Yeah, that's what happened.
Is
It's
it?
a
Well,
bloody
Sammy
good
would
time.
know. Sammy know.
This one is
but,
brutal.
But Mike, when he said, "I'm taking your eyes," man, did that fuck with me?
Oh, the sound design during that was like it was like a
Squish. They're probably squishing grapes or something.
But
that part made me scream a little bit when he stabs his eyes out.
so see, I'm sorry, Sammy. Tell me again. So he stuck him in the throat with a broke. I don't remember.
Yeah, and
that.
then the guy,
In the throat.
the big brother, the drug dealing brother, bled out. Then
Beating the death.
Yeah.
You killed my brother, you cunt.
But you know what though? Did you know what he was selling? What they were looking for right away? I didn't.
Okay, I'm gonna tell you something.
kind of. It takes a while for that to unfold. You know,
I like not just because it comes out in Australia, but new movies that have like 1970s grindhouse titles.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah, I agree. Look at the film; it's got the scratches on it.
Yeah.
But the ending, because there's so many movies that end this way, I knew the way it was going to end. I knew the way that Indian guy was bad too.
I don't know why, but when they, spoiler alert, it's like the guy's whole family lives around like the whole area.
Yeah.
So he keeps encountering different members of this family, basically not knowing it. And they all just fuck him up even more.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
But at the end, it was, I don't know why, but I laughed like motherfucker when he stabbed him. I was like,
But how fucked up is that, Mike? Here this guy picks him up in his piece of shit truck that they all have, because Sammy said they're all like, secluded in this
it's
one
like,
area.
don't worry, we'll save you.
But what pissed me off, Mike, was that the dude couldn't see. I mean, you're fucked when you can see. It was almost like it was actually one of the wrong.
Wrong turn.
Was it wrong turn? Yeah, one of the wrong turns did that. They had took this girl's eyes out and they picked her up in a truck. Thank you, and it was really
Those are kind of funny.
Yeah, I loved them. And the same thing happened on this one. They took the dude's eyes out and he didn't know who he was going to. That was fucked up.
It almost has an ending like Eden Lake, where you're like, oh, this is going to be
shit.
all right. Then,
You didn't like Eden Lake?
No, that one's brutal.
Oh yeah, I loved Eden
Fucking
Lake. Man.
Kelly Riley, man.
Yeah. Oh.
You know what? I don't know if it's on the list, but I know Michael Fassbender is in Eden Lake. He's in a new one that looks pretty good.
ooh, The Killer, yeah.
What's with that dude?
Is that on our list?
The Killer, that was good. We should put that on there, yeah.
What's with
I
that
haven't
dude?
seen
We'll do that
Mike?
a little later.
That dude's fucked up.
Fassbender?
Yeah.
He's a good actor.
No, I mean that in a good way.
He's a good Magneto.
It's a good one.
I totally agree with that.
So I guess let's do this.
Beaten to death.
Oh man!
Oh,
All right,
God.
ladies and gentlemen, excuse me one moment. I got to stretch.
Hold on, let me take my headset off. Hold on.
Yeah, so this came out October 6th. It was an hour and 51 minutes.
Sammy.
It's currently got a 22% on the tomato meter. This was obviously a religion exorcism movie. Written and directed by David Gordon Green. We've talked about
you in
plenty.
the air.
This is also other writers on this were Peter Sattler, who we said did Camp X-Ray with Kristen Stewart, and the guy pictured here, Scott Teems, who wrote Halloween Kills, the 2022 Firestarter remake, and Insidious: The Red Door. I think this guy fucking sucks. I'm
Yeah.
sorry. I was trying to be nice, but Scott Teems.
I'd
don't like what you do.
rather watch
Garbage.
those the last two garbage Halloween movies than this. This movie sucks.
This one stars Jennifer Nettles. You might know her from The Righteous Gemstones. She's
Yeah.
also a singer.
Yeah.
Leslie Odom Jr. from The Glass Onion, Many Saints in Newark. Ann Dowd did The Handmaid's Tale, The Leftovers. She was in Hereditary also. Of course, Ellen Bernstein. She needs no introduction.
Now, come on.
What a shame.
Come
Also,
on.
Linda
What a
Blair
shame.
shows up for all of 10 seconds at the end of this movie.
Yeah.
I mean, first of all, her eyes got taken out by the little girls, right?
Yeah, Ellen Bernstein.
Now you mean to tell me you're going to be in a good mood and happy, and she's in the hospital bed? I just been thinking about my daughter.
That's the thing. The movie is fucking corny.
It's garbage.
Yeah, that's what my
Because-
problem with all these like Scott Teems movies is they're all
Well,
corny as fuck.
The last three Halloweens that David Gordon Green did, they came off as fucking corny. The characters were talking too much. They were talking way too fast.
Yeah.
And it wasn't like real dialogue.
Yeah.
It was almost like they were, hey, we got to put this film into fast forward and get all this dialogue done in this scene. And it has no redeeming quality. The movie should have just been called Believer. If it was just called Believer, it would have been fine. The two little girls, their makeup looked great. I thought they acted very well, acting like the possessed. You cracked me up when you said the one looked like Ooga Booga cave woman. But if you notice, like in the very first makeup test of Linda Blair from 1972, those makeup tests, she looked like a cave woman too. Until
those are really cool. They just released those recently. There was like a 40-minute reel of some. Yeah. John shared it with us, or was that Tony?
I think it was Tony.
Either way, but those were. I had fun watching those.
So if the film was just called Believer and it didn't have anything to do with the McNeil family, Alan Burstyn's character, Linda Blair's character, if it just focused on this new story with the new characters, it probably would have been fine. But the fact that they bring in Alan Burstyn to reprise Chris McNeil. As soon as she appeared on screen, the whole film just went straight downhill.
I totally agree with that.
And agree with that. She's not an exorcist.
Yeah.
But she acts like one when she goes to the house and she's like, I'm here to help you.
They specifically make it a point to say that she is not an exorcist. They say that so many times.
But she goes in there like a hard ass going, in the name of my blessed daughter. And then she gets her eyes stabbed out,
I love that she goes, I was like, wait, what the fuck is she doing? She's doing an exorcism?
But
then she gets her eyes gouged
corny.
the fuck out.
It's like, they got, they're like, it takes all kinds. They got the Southern Baptist preacher. They got the fucking, Santeria Haitian voodoo woman there. Then they got the Catholic priest. Okay, like they're all trying hard. Then they bring in the Catholic priest like he's some kind of badass, and they're all like, "Oh, he's here." He walks in for like a second, and his head gets turned around. Like, why didn't the demon kill any of the other ones?
And there was absolutely nothing about anything that made his return special. You know what I'm saying?
He just got his ass handed to him in seconds.
Yeah. Like you barely even knew that dude.
Like I said to Mike before. The two worst things about this movie was, one, there was no shock value to it at all, because
they tried.
They tried.
No, there's no jump scares,
like with the rape,
and there was no scary parts of this movie.
No, I didn't jump once.
Because let me tell you something. In the original Exorcist, whoever fucking came up with that idea of Reagan coming down and peeing on the floor was so disturbing. So disturbing. Not the scariest part of the movie, obviously, but the most disturbing, that part, and when she was laughing when she killed the father and the priest came up and got pissed off.
The masturbation scene was pretty disturbing too.
Yeah, in church.
Yeah.
No, in the original film.
In that one.
But for that one little girl coming to church and come on,
body in the blood.
Come on.
I made some notes here. I'm just gonna do like a quick 46 minutes on this movie. But I thought, in the beginning they tried to be shocking. Like instead of the piss scene, they had a part where she's bleeding for some reason.
Yeah,
I was like, why did they do that? There was also in the in the original they're doing a battery of tests to her, where they also do a weird prolonged rape examination in this movie.
Yeah, right.
I was why did they do that?
The father has to leave the room and
And they're like, so you're just gonna feel some cold forceps going up inside you right now? I'm like, wait a minute, what? She was lost in the woods for 3 days. Why did they?
Better check down there. If these other sequels don't have a long backstory on Reagan and Chris, if it's all about these new characters, the sequels are gonna fucking suck. Excuse me.
One thing I was also mad about is I was like, everybody was mad about Halloween Kills, how they sidelined Jamie Lee Curtis's character. So what did they do? They took the advice of everybody being mad about that and did the exact same thing to Ellen Bernstein. Right. Here. She's just in the hospital going,
Yeah, right. She's like,
I'm like, is she supposed to be having some kind of religious, visions?
Makes no sense. Makes no sense.
You know, Mike, I got to tell you and Sammy, the thing that killed it with the previews for me was they used 2 children. Dude, you can't do that. You can't. You can't force.
This is getting back to the whole woke culture.
Yeah, you can't force that kind of.
They got to have a black and a white.
You can't force that the industry to focus on 2 children. No, you have to focus on one person, man, woman, child, or dog. You can't split it up like that. You can't.
But you know what also killed me too? These girls are in the hospital. They're have gashes all over their skin. They're shit is falling off. They're all fucked up. They're obviously, their eyes are all crazy bloodshot, everything. And the doctors are like, yeah, go ahead, take them home.
Go ahead.
Get them out of here.
They're strapped down like Hannibal Lecter.
Yeah, there was
go ahead.
There was no shock value. None at all. Because like Sammy C pointed out, because if you remember in the first Exorcist, when those 2 fucking doctors came in and she was flip-flopping around, dude, they looked scared as hell.
Not at first. first. They thought she was like acting. That's why the guy's like, you hear the guy before he gets slapped. He's like, yeah, well, okay. And then he walks over and then wham, keep away. This hour is mine.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
This one was just.
It was garbage.
It lost
garbage.
me. It lost me on every level.
None of this was any.
And it's a shame because now this guy's going to ruin the franchise. And the next two he's doing.
Also,
they're just doomed.
At the end of this movie, there's a priest that's dead. His head is snapped behind his back. There's a little girl that's dead.
Yep.
And they're all like, then they cut to everybody's just like driving on the. They're like, oh, faith is good sometimes.
Right,
you know? It's like, no one's going to jail for these two
ending.
murders that just happened in your house.
Right.
Now, see, what would have been. It wouldn't have helped the film. Nothing can help this film. Nothing could make it better. But what I would have done was have as these two children are separating or whatever, is have Linda Blair screech in a car. You see somebody run up the stairs and you see her and she helps them. That would have been a good little add-on.
That would have been good. What I think would have been good.
Do it.
They shouldn't have. If they were going to call it, if they're going to put the word Exorcist on this, they shouldn't have anything to do with these new characters, the new story.
Right.
It should have been all about what happened within the last 50 years of Reagan McNeil's life. You know, why did she disappear from her mom? You know, the whole thing with like the book deal and the interviews. Yeah. But like have the movie be like one big catch up with her life.
Yeah.
So if they're going to do that with these sequels, okay. But what I think would be good is that either she gets repossessed or she just encounters the demon again.
That's what I mean. If she broke open and came out, I'm the real one you're looking for. That would have been great. Would have been great. But instead, she's in the hospital. Her mom's blind, and she comes in like there's nothing wrong. Man, if I came in and see my mom with two fucking eyeballs on the floor, you're gonna be crying and fucking, Mom, what can I help you? Okay. She just walks in. Here's a basket of cookies, Mom. What the fuck?
She literally has she's literally in it for less than 5 seconds.
Yeah.
Ellen Bernstein goes, "Is that you, nurse?" She goes, "No, Mom, it's me." Boom, cut to credits.
Yep.
Which also, I was mad about this. Again, the writers in this are complete hacks. They also did the same exact trick. This guy, Scott Teems, who wrote Insidious the Red Door. They did the exact same information catch you up as they did with Lynn Shane.
That's what I'm saying.
Where it was a YouTube video. They just did the
I'm
exact
saying.
same thing in
It's
both
like,
movies.
It's like let's throw in all this dialogue that you could barely pay any attention to. It's the most important character of the whole film, and it's just like, huh?
Yeah. Yeah, that one pissed me off with the son that was all mad at his dad. Dude, he brought you back home, you stupid fuck.
I also really didn't understand why she got possessed in the first place. I mean, we've talked about this before where,
what was in the woods?
You're kind of grieving and you play with a Ouija board and that opens up something.
Were they playing with the Ouija board?
I think they were in the cave
but
they were in.
She's describing like the game to her father, like it's the whatever game. And he's trying to like ask him, what they did, and it didn't make any sense. I thought there was some kind of tie-in from the beginning of the film when they were in Haiti?
Yeah.
And
Haiti.
the earthquake happens? Wasn't an earthquake?
Yeah, in the Haiti.
Something with like, because the mom is like sitting there with the baby, and the Haitian woman who's doing Santeria or whatever, voodoo, she's doing some kind of ceremony. So it's like, okay, did whatever the ceremony do, like curse the baby?
It said it was a protection thing.
Okay, well...
Which doesn't make any even less sense then.
Yeah, good job protecting.
It was just shit. Sammy, you got to redo the story here.
Yeah.
The handle came out. But it was stupid. They didn't need the Haitian lady. They didn't need half the fucking people in this script. The dad, the dad of the one daughter.
What was he having? Like a fucking panic attack or something?
You know what? He didn't even show like
he's having like a nervous breakdown in the kitchen. Like,
well, it's not even that. Dude, if I seen my kid or like even my grandson going, or flopping up on the ceiling, I'm the fuck out of there. I'm sorry. I'm leaving my grandkid
she's
there.
just got diarrhea.
Yeah, right, yeah.
Diarrhea.
She's a little backed up.
So Blumhouse spent $400 million on the rights to
you
secure the
serious?
filming rights to this.
Are you
They also had to
fucking
guarantee
serious?
that they would do a trilogy. So there's definitely 2 more of these coming.
Well, the Friedkin and Blatty family are laughing all the way to the bank.
It's funny. I found a story on here on William Friedkin's passing. Writer and film critic Ed Winfield posted this on Twitter and Facebook. He said that William Friedkin once said to me, "Ed, the guy who made those new Halloween sequels is about to make one to my movie, The Exorcist. That's right. My signature film is about to be extended by the man who made Pineapple Express. I don't want to be around when that happens. But if there's a spirit world, I can come back. I plan to possess David Gordon Green and make his life a living hell.
Awesome.
Pineapple Express.
William Friedkin was off the chain. He was crazy.
Okay, Mike. Do you? Now that you've seen this, now that we've gone over this in horrible detail, do you think you might want to sneak a peek on the next one?
What do you mean?
When the next Exorcist?
See it?
Yeah.
Of course I'm going to see it. I have to tear it a new one.
Yeah.
I mean,
watch it.
After this was so fucking bad, how could they come
Sal,
back?
I'll watch
from that?
everything.
I am a glutton for punishment.
So am
this
I.
is my favorite franchise.
So am I, but I hate to admit it.
Just a little fun trivia here. I saw that Linda Blair was actually an advisor on set to the actresses portraying the possessed girls in here.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So she was kind of telling them how to act and everything.
No, they looked like the makeup was good. They looked possessed. Their acting was good. They are acting possessed. The kids were fine, but just the writing, the pacing of the film.
Yeah.
It was
shit.
so cheesy at the end. All this shit about hope, and I'm like, your daughter just fucking died from a demon.
But
Right.
but again,
Talking about hope.
there's no shock value here. There's none at all to where the original. Goddamn, they were having people passing out, showing up,
Right.
fucking crying, having nightmares.
You'll never
This does
duplicate
nothing.
that.
This did nothing for me.
You'll never duplicate that.
My grandson could watch this fucking piece of shit. Fucking thing.
So although the demon's name is unrevealed during The Exorcist Believer,
God, that's
Yeah.
that's right. That
they never said who it was. Yeah, it was weird. So
Yeah.
much like the demon Pazuzu was not originally named in the Exorcist series until the second one. Although William Peter Blatty did identify the demon as Pazuzu in the novel.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
the end credits here identify it as Lamashtu.
what? The fuck? Oh shit! That's amazing.
Yeah. So I don't think we
Oh
could
my God.
show demon titties on YouTube. So
Aw.
we had to put some Sal disgusting faces in there.
That face says it all.
Hold on, you gotta leave
Saggy,
it over.
saggy
You don't need to
demon
take a picture
titties.
on your phone. You can just watch it. on YouTube.
Oh my God. Why? Why?
So, in Mesopotamian mythology, Lamashtu is a demonic figure that preys on pregnant women during childbirth to feed on the newborn infants. Her sworn enemy is none other than Pazuzu, who, despite being a bringer of famine, can also be invoked to protect against
Why am I
Lamashtu.
hanging off this dude's nipples?
So I think that's what we're getting in like the second movie is kind of a whole setup bringing Pazuzu back to protect against this fucking demon.
Why am I hanging off the
jeez.
nipples?
Because the nipples are as big as your head.
Oh my God! You know what? I thought I felt bad already, but
I mean, they don't show the titties in the movie, but you do see a little bit of the demon's face in the film.
Do you?
It's like
didn't
a quick
remember that.
little montage. And now
Really?
you don't see the horns, you don't see the wings, you see a little bit of the face.
Man, hell fucking sucked though. They go to hell at the end of the movie. It is terrible. Wouldn't you agree?
I don't know. I'm just looking how bad I look on that, man. I feel bad enough, and I got to see my fat ass on the big screen there. Damn, I am an ugly motherfucker.
Man, so this I can't believe we got another 2 movies to go for this.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what, Mike? You open my eyes. I'm the biggest glutton of punishment. I will have to see it, just like the stupid fucking Fast and Furious crappy last 2 or 3 of them.
Why would you sit through those?
I know, but I'm a fan. But the last 3 were so fucking bad. But I'd watch those over again in this piece of shit movie. Familia.
Vin Diesel is almost as bad as Jason Statham, but he talks real slow like he's got a giant cock in his mouth. Look at my big bald head, Vin Diesel.
I saw that he's got a new movie coming out. He plays a bloody beekeeper.
Yeah, that's
not
right.
true.
That's right.
He's
Yeah.
like,
That's not true.
I'll kill
Yeah,
you
it's
with
called
4
The
different
Beekeeper,
tones
I
of
think.
stingers.
You guys are full of shit.
I swear to God, yeah.
He's throwing beehives. Right
No,
up
does he really?
I think yeah.
I didn't see the
Come
trailer.
on.
Yeah, take that.
Come on. Dude, what are these guys reaching for?
Or no, the honey is flammable.
Oh.
So
How
he's
is-
like
how the
making
fuck-
Molotovs out of
How the
fucking
fuck
honey.
is the honey flammable?
You got to see this trailer. I think it's called The Beekeeper.
Suck your own dick.
All right, Sam. So what's the next one? Totally Killer.
Totally Killer, yeah. It came out October 6th. This is an hour and 46 minutes. This is kind of a slasher and a horror comedy.
With Kiernan Shipka.
Yeah, Kiernan Shipka. This is directed by Nana Chaka Khan. I think she directed another movie called Always Be My Maybe. It was pretty funny with, I think it was Ali Wong.
Natasha Sandwheels.
Yeah, it was, she has the Keanu Reeves
I seen the Keanu Reeves thing, yeah.
he was in Always Be My Maybe. Had like a little bit part. So yeah, it's starring Kiernan Shipka.
Very
She was
cute.
also in the
Very
Chilling
cute.
Adventures of Sabrina.
Yeah.
Oh, is that who that is?
Yeah.
Well, they did a new one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Also starring Olivia Holt, who plays a young Julie Bowden. Bowen?
hello.
Bowen? Yeah, Julie
Hello.
Bowen. I can't talk. Also, Liana Liberato from
Oh,
Scream
yes.
6.
Seen
She
her.
was great.
Whoa.
Ghostface.
Seen her before.
love her.
Sal, have you seen? You still haven't seen any of the
Still
Screams?
haven't seen any. But you know what, though, dudes? Not that Sammy said what this was. I refuse to watch comedy horror. Whenever I see comedy horror, I bypass it. I don't
they're
care who's
always
in
fun.
it. I can't.
Good.
You got to be picky. Some are okay.
Yeah, this also has Lachlan Monroe in it.
He's
you know
funny.
him. I always
He's funny.
he could play 100 roles.
Yes.
I'll always just know him from Cliff from
Yes.
Dead Man on Campus.
I like him at Night at the Roxbury.
I liked
Yeah.
him, and I liked
He's all
him.
buffed out.
I loved him in Little
having a
Man.
hell of a time.
I loved him in Little Man, and I loved him in Freddy vs. Jason.
Oh yeah, he wasn't.
Yeah,
yeah, I forgot
yeah. He got
was in
killed
that.
right away, though.
Yeah.
Well, not right away, but he got killed.
Yeah. He was also when Margot, he got his head smashed, remember?
Oh, he did.
Is that the one?
Yes.
That was a good one.
Yes.
Also, Randall Park is in this. He's pretty funny.
Funny when he was in Trainwreck. That's why I first seen him with Amy Schumer. Just his expression alone. He's like who's that young comedian, the real short black guy?
Kevin Hart.
Kevin Hart. And all I got to do is look at Kevin Hart and I laugh.
He's good, but he plays like the same
Always.
self-deprecating character in
Always.
everything he
That's
does.
kind of who he is in this. He plays
Yeah.
like the sheriff who like doesn't believe her about anything. He just wants to smoke cigarettes.
But
all
I'm
day
okay
long.
with that. I'm okay with that sometimes, Mike. I know exactly what you're talking about.
It's almost like he typecasts himself.
No, isn't he a federal agent in Ant-Man?
Yeah, he's like, how'd you do the card
Yeah.
trick, Scott?
Yeah, he's hilarious. I'm sorry, Mike. His expressions are funnier than shit.
Yeah, I seen him some good stuff.
Mhm.
So Totally Killer. The plot of this is 35 years after the shocking murder of 3 teens.
Great jacket.
The infamous Sweet 16 killer returns on Halloween night to claim a 4th victim. 17-year-old Jamie, played by Kieran Shipka, ignores her overprotective mom's warning. Her mom is played by Julie Bowen, by the way. She comes face to face with the masked maniac and, on the run from her life, accidentally time travels back to 1987, the year of the original killings. So forced to navigate the unfamiliar and outrageous culture of the 1980s. This is kind of a woke movie. You said you didn't see it, Mike?
No.
Yeah, she's kind of always got woke jokes.
Boy.
So, forced to navigate the unfamiliar and outrageous culture of the 1980s, Jamie teams up with her teen mom, played by Olivia Holt, to take down the killer once and for all before she's stuck in the past forever. So, the killer's mask here is kind of like a mix between Max Headroom and Billy Idol, they say. It looks kind of like Max Headroom without the glasses. It also has the same dangling earring as Billy Idol.
Nice.
Yeah, but this is a pretty fun horror comedy. I like it.
Cool.
It has some good, like some gory moments where, Liana Liberato, she gets like stabbed to death like repeatedly.
Why are all the young girls so hot? I feel like a prevert.
You are a
Prevert.
prevert.
Oh, okay.
Call 911.
Sorry, dudes.
He's a private.
Yeah, but this is kind of like a Back to the Future type movie with like a slasher,
Okay.
which we've kind of seen before.
Happy Death Day, right?
Yeah, kind of. So, Totally Killer here. The lead, Jamie, her character is named, of course, after Jamie Lee Curtis.
Nice.
So they all have the last name Hughes, by the way, which is a nod towards John Hughes, of course. So when the trailer was released, it was also drew comparisons for having the near identical plot to the 2015 film Final Girls.
Thaisa Farmiga.
Yeah.
Oh,
This is a great movie. I love this.
she's
Final
turning
Girls.
totally into her mother.
So yeah, it kind of has the same plot. You know, it's not real. I mean, then this one in Final Girls, they go back and like kind of accidentally time travel, but this one is like a purposeful. You know, there's a time travel machine like Back to the Future.
Wow.
Yeah. So she even mentions Back to the Future a couple times. It has this movie has like a few direct like what do you call it, allusions to that movie basically. For example, in Back to the Future, Marty tries to get his future parents together, while in this movie, Jamie tries to keep her future parents apart. Also, like Marty, Jamie needs the help of the younger version of the genius who built the time machine to help her fix it and get back to the future.
You know, there's going to be a day where some idiot attempts to remake this,
I hope not.
and it's going to suck.
I hope not, because Back to the Future was a classic.
It's one of the greatest of all time.
Mm-hmm.
I think before they do that, they would kind of do a new, an updated version of it with Marty McFly and
Well, they are supposed
Doc.
to. They are doing. They're trying to remake Back to the Future, and I hope they don't, because it's going to be worse than the Munsters.
I really hope not.
The Munsters was horrible. Oh,
So this was a weird thing in this movie. It's actually in the trivia on IMDb. Jamie's home address is actually 1122, which was the address of the recent 2022 Idaho murders. The house was 1122. Pretty fucking weird. That's
Yeah.
a weird bit of trivia to throw
I
into your
love when you
movie
come
there.
up with that, Sammy. The Easter eggs.
Yeah. Me too. Thank you, Sal. So that's totally killer.
But I am starting to notice a lot more horror movies are doing that. I forget what, because I know there was a few names like Krueger and fucking, horror icons, and I was like, oh,
Yeah, there was
Easter
a
egg.
couple movies where it was getting on my
Yeah.
nerves.
It didn't. It didn't yet, but I see where you're going with that. Where okay, enough.
Oh, it was the recent Scream, the last two Scream movies.
they
Everybody's
did that?
named like Carpenter or, Krueger. They all
Yeah.
live on Elm.
yeah.
So what about another horror comedy, Haunted Mansion? Did you guys watch this?
Didn't see it. Didn't see it. Don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
You don't want to see
You couldn't.
No.
You couldn't pay me.
No. And I like.
It's Owen Wilson. Wow.
I see. That's one of the main
a
reasons.
ghost.
And I like what's her name? Tiffany
Rosario
Haddish?
Dawson. Oh, Rosario. Tiffany Haddish.
I get a kick out of her.
Everybody in this movie was fun. I
Really?
liked it. Yeah, like Keith Stanfield is real fun.
Lakeith Stanfield. He's an interesting actor.
And I love Rosario Dawson, man.
Eddie Murphy was supposed to star in this, but he wanted $500,000 for one day's worth of work.
Damn.
Good for him.
Serious?
They told him, fuck off.
Good for him.
Come on, Eddie's worth it. I love Eddie Murphy.
So in the interest of time, I know you guys said you haven't seen that one. We'll move on. What about Pet Sematary Bloodlines?
Horrible. Horrible.
Did not see it.
It's pitiful. It's pitiful.
Is
was
this
pretty bad.
okay? This is David Duchovny in this?
David Duchovny is in this.
Yeah. I don't like
it's
him.
It's about Fred Gwynn's character, right?
Yeah.
Right. It's
Yeah.
like a prequel
Yeah.
about his life.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's played by Jackson White.
This movie did
This kid's
nothing
name.
for me. Nothing.
Job. Is that his name?
In the movie, I believe it is. Yeah.
Right.
Is that right? Yeah, Job.
I think so.
Something like that. It also has Henry Thomas in it. He's good in this.
Love
Now
him.
Yeah.
Henry Thomas in his horror career,
got
the movies
David-
he's done, I like him.
Yeah, David Duchovny was phoning it in on this one, I think, but Henry Thomas was good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Spoiler alert. Doesn't he, you said you watched it?
Yes.
He gets a shock, or what was it? It's something right like through
Yeah,
his stomach is
yeah,
awesome.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Yeah, but I dig him, man. He when he was in Ouija, he did an excellent job as the priest.
Oh, he was great, even in the new Doctor Sleep.
Yeah.
He played Jack Torrance.
I love Dr. Sleep.
E.T.
Man.
Elliot.
He's been in all the recent Mike Flanagan stuff. He was also the dad in
be
Oculus.
right
Now I seen Brightburn, Ouija, and what was the one with the tiger I told you guys about?
Burning Bright.
Burning Bright. All three in the same night. Loved every one
Good.
of them.
Yeah.
Loved every one of them.
This also has Pam Grier in it.
Oh,
Looked
wow.
horrible. She
come
looked
on.
I know she's been
Getting
around.
old.
She's been around for 50 fucking years, but oh my god, she couldn't help this at all.
She was barely in this though.
Yeah.
Like a brief
Yeah.
moment from here to there.
I
Like,
hope she got some good coin for it,
I
man.
won't fault her. She's awesome.
Oh, I love her. But she
Jackie
was horrible in
Brown.
there.
She never
Oh,
looked
great.
any
Yeah.
better than she did in Jackie Brown. Well, maybe Foxy Brown. She looked good in that one.
Yeah.
Coffee.
She also did the
Oh, yeah.
sequel to Class of 1984, Class of 1999.
Oh yeah.
And she played a cyborg in that.
That's right.
And it was just, you know what? It was a horrible movie, but I liked it.
Yeah.
She's been in a couple of those, like what is it, Bird in a Cage,
Yeah.
and like women in prison movies.
Women in prison movie, yeah.
Her
Well, she
and,
did- yeah. Her,
Her and Sid Haig.
yeah. Like, what was the name of that film? Black Woman, White Woman, something like that.
Black Mama, White
Black
Mama.
Mama, White Mama. Yeah, yeah. It was horrible, but but it's exploitation. What do you want?
Right.
But yeah, the plot of Bloodlines here is that in 1969, a young Judd Crandall has dreams of leaving his hometown of Ludlow, Maine behind, but soon discovers sinister secrets buried within and is forced to confront a dark family history that will forever keep him connected to Ludlow. Banding together, Judd and his childhood friends must fight an ancient evil that have gripped Ludlow since its founding, and once on Earth has the power to destroy everything in its path. Based on the untold chapter from Pet Sematary, Bloodlines is a prequel and the untold story of why sometimes the dead is better.
Yeah.
So I recently seen a video on YouTube explaining how all of Stephen King's books are connected by certain characters. Like
It's all like the same universe, kind of, right?
like Pennywise from It is in several books, but it is like different names, but it's the same entity. Same with Randall Flagg from The Stand. He's in a ton of.
That's cool.
Never seen The Stand. Was it any good, Mike?
Well, there's two different versions. There's one from the 90s, and then there was one that they made just a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
One of his best books, I think. I mean, my favorite book, It, but if it was a number 2, I'd say Stand.
Yeah, and I know the Dark Tower series kind of connects them all somehow, right?
Yeah, but it was an interesting video. Like, he's got hundreds of books, and this video explained how they're all related. It was interesting.
I thought this film was so slow, and I thought the acting was horrible, and the script was just bad, bad.
Yeah, they did a bad job, like doing callbacks to other movies. Like you just saw that, like the semi goes by, like a jump scare.
Yeah. Yeah, and like I said, you can't beat the first. I even thought the second one was awesome. Edward Furlong.
Yeah, I do like that one.
Edward Furlong did an excellent
good
job.
Soundtrack.
That was the last of his good movies. Then after that, he just sucked.
Who's the actor that plays the dad? He's got like
Clancy Brown.
Yeah, Clancy Brown. Yeah, he was great in that.
The guy from Bad Boys. The one with Sean
Viking.
Penn.
Yeah, he was Viking.
I like when he's fucking with the kid with the motorcycle.
Yeah.
He's like,
I like when he's eating the mashed potatoes at dinner, and the little fat kid's laughing at him.
So let's move on to one I think we all loved. I think VHS 85.
Oh, dude.
Didn't see it yet.
Oh, you didn't watch this one?
I gotta get on it.
Come
I know,
on,
me and
Mike.
Sal love this. Yeah.
We've all been working.
Can I tell you about one scene, Mikey?
Yes.
This. I don't want to tell you why. I don't want to tell you who. But this girl's they're on a boat, and they shoot her in the jaw, and it's just dangling through the whole film.
Oh, shit.
It was magnificent, magnificent.
That was good. That one gets like anher tie-in to another story too, which is like it's like a cult family.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, you're gonna love the ending, Mike, on what and why they did it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so this one's like a made-for-TV documentary. 5 tales of found footage of horror emerge from an ominous mixtape, blending never-before-seen snuff footage with nightmarish newscasts and disturbing home videos to take viewers on a horrifying journey into the grim underbelly of the 1980s.
Yeah, Freddy Rodriguez was in it. He played in Planet Terror.
So who are the directors on this one?
Some of the directors on this one, we got the one that Sal was talking about, No Wake, was actually directed by Mike P. Nelson. It's a lake that brings the dead back to life and a tale of cult and revenge.
Yeah.
It's kind of a weird, it's kind of like, I think the only kind of wraparound story for the whole thing, right?
I seriously thought that was awesome, the way they made that happen. Oh my, I can't tell Mike, I don't want to spoil it for Mikey, but holy fuck.
I read in Fangoria is that what they did was they like made that whole prosthetic and then they covered it up so that like when they filmed it, all they had to do was like rip it off like the normal.
I mean,
face.
Mike, the jaw scene was right there with the Terrifier when he tore that girl in bed.
These kids are like on a boat and this guy is just like sniping them one by one. It's great.
Wow. I think the first VHS was probably the best out of them all.
No, you'll think this one is.
Really?
Yeah.
I really liked them. So yeah, there was some great footage.
Yeah.
There was another one by Total Copy, was directed by David Bruckner. That's where a narrator presents a documentary on a team of scientists at Stammer University studying a shape-shifting being named Rory.
Mm-hmm.
That one was cool.
Now, the stories in this one, Mike, I think were the best.
Really?
They were classic stories.
There was also Techno God, directed by Natasha Kermani. Performance art piece makes contact with a creature from the beyond. There's this woman kind of giving like a one-woman stage show, and she goes into like this Tron realm, And there's this demon in there that like rips her apart, and they show it on stage in like real life.
The black girl.
She has like her leg ripped off and the flesh ripped off her face.
Yeah, she lifts up in the air.
Yeah,
She levitates in the air. I thought that was awesome.
There was also God of Death, which was directed by Gigi Saul Guerrero.
This woman.
Yeah, that's like the tamest picture I could find of her, by the way.
Dude.
So this is a disaster recovery crew unleashes the wrath of an ancient god. They said the earthquake in the God of Death segment is actually based on the 1985 earthquake that occurred in Mexico City.
Mm-hmm.
She said, director Gigi Saul Guerrero said, as soon as they told me it was 85, I had to base it on something that everyone in Mexico City understands and has lived through. And actually, during the filming of the God of Death segment, the crew actually experienced a real earthquake.
Oh, they did?
That's crazy, right?
Now, Sammy, she was one of the rescuers, right?
I don't remember.
Because there was a rescue team that went in, Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And let me tell you something, man. It brought me up to what was the Cave Dweller Girls movies called? There was two of them. The real hot chick was in there. The real hot Asian chick was in there.
The Descent.
The Descent. It reminded me of claustrophobia and that, like that, because they were going through these little tunnels, man.
And actually, the goddess is fucking awesome when they finally show her.
Yeah. But she's magnificent, this woman. Look at her. Wow.
Yeah. There was also the Dream Kill segment directed by Scott Derrickson, which until now I didn't realize in not Insidious, in Sinister, is Ethan Hawke playing him? They both look exactly identical.
Ethan Hawke, man, he's awesome.
Correct me if I'm wrong. He made a film. Oh, what's it called? It's about the police officer. I think his name was Ralph Sarchi, who turned out to be a paranormal investigator.
Oh yeah, it was Deliver Us? No, not
so, Deliver Us from Evil, right?
Yeah.
That one was really good.
I seen that, but a long time ago.
Yeah,
I didn't like it when I first saw it, but I might need to watch that again. Maybe.
I don't remember it.
Joel McHale's in it too.
Didn't they make a remake of that one?
No.
I thought they did.
Yeah, that one was pretty good.
But anyway, yeah, this is the coolest segment in the whole thing. I think the detective receives.
I'm sorry. Didn't he do Black Phone?
Yeah.
Okay.
He
did.
This segment, he said too, takes place in the Black Phone universe, which is pretty sweet.
Yeah, and I forgot when the new Black Phone 2 comes out. I think next fall.
Probably next year. They kind of pushed everything back a year.
Because of the writer's strike. Yeah.
Yeah, but in this one, a detective receives videotapes of murders days before the victims are actually killed. This is starring, like Sal said, Freddy Rodriguez and James Ranzone.
Yeah.
It's great. Also, it stars Dashiell Derrickson, who played Gunther in the segment here. He's he's Scott Derrickson's son.
Gunther.
Yeah, so like I said, this is a segment of the Black Phone. I think everyone would really love it. It takes place. It kind of looks exactly like the VHS tapes of the kills in Sinister.
Yes.
Oh, cool.
Yes.
It's like a real life serial killer that's like filming shit. It's awesome.
Well, I do got to check this one out.
The name alone, VHS, just grabs me. It just so grabs me, dude.
Like found footage.
Mm-hmm.
It's found footage.
So just recently, it was like October 13th, it says here, it was the VHS, during the VHS panel at New York Comic-Con, Bloody Disgusting and Shudder confirmed that a 7th VHS film is in production.
Is that right?
Yeah, with the theme being sci-fi, set to release in 2024.
Well, right up Sammy's alley.
Isn't this like the 4th one?
I think this is the 3rd one.
4th, I believe. Because they have VHS 1, VHS 2, VHS Viral.
Yeah.
Then there was, 95?
Yeah, so this is the 5th.
94?
This is the 5th
So this is the 4th one?
5th.
I thought that was true.
This is the 5th one.
Oh, the 5th one. Okay.
Well, no. This has got to be the 6th one then. There had to be one in between there, I'm sure.
Viral?
Yeah.
Well, I remember a friend of mine at work told me, Sal, you got to watch the 2nd VHS. Dude.
They're all good. I think they're all pretty good.
They're all real good.
I like the first one a lot.
Real good. I don't
With
remember the first one.
Remember the gargoyle girl? I like you.
I don't remember.
That is Siren is the 6th one technically.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they made a full feature film out of it.
I did like it.
Yeah.
And she's been at conventions, that actress.
Yeah. I always get confused.
Hannah something.
Yeah, she looks exactly like the girl that's from like the segment in the last one too, where they go to like that hellscape, and she's like But the next one we got up here is The Mill. Have you seen this?
No.
Not bad. This is another Huluween on Hulu.
Is that Little Rel?
Yeah, Little Rev Howery. It's about an hour and 46 minutes, this one. Science fiction. Directed by Sean King O'Grady, who also directed We Need to Do Something. Have you ever heard of that? I think you did. Yeah, we talked about that with Vanessa. I forget her name.
And you're right,
But
Sammy.
Pat Healy.
You're right, Sammy. There was 6 VHS movies. I
Yeah.
just looked it up. I didn't think there was that many. I thought there was only 3.
Yeah. So this is like we just said, it's starring Lil Rel Howery. He was been in a bunch of horror movies recently. Get Out,
Yeah.
Bird Box.
He was funny and Get Out.
Yeah. He was also in a great episode of Do You Want to See a Dead Body?
Was he the best friend in Get Out?
Yes.
Yeah.
The TSA guy.
Yeah, he found a dude running in the middle of the street.
cult.
They probably
Great-
fucking heads.
Great movie, man. I loved that movie.
This is also starring Pat Healy, a Chicago guy. Yeah, character actor. Has been a ton of
I've met
stuff
him at
like
conventions.
Have you?
yeah, Starry Eyes. He's been in Tales of Halloween. We Need to Do Something.
The Innkeepers.
Yeah, good movie. Also, Patrick Fischler, again a character actor with a ton of credits.
Creepy dude.
Yeah, probably best known for the
Creepy.
jump scare in Mulholland Drive
Yep.
with Bonnie Aarons.
Don't do that, Sammy.
That's a great scene.
Now that's a woman I would love to meet, Bonnie Aarons.
Oh, for sure. That's a weird scene too when you're watching it. You don't know. You're
Yeah.
like, what the
No
fuck?
sense.
Yeah.
What is up with your face?
So yeah, this one basically the plot of this one is that this dude is in a near future hyper capitalist America. Joe is a rising star at a company called Mallard, a mega corporation whose market dominance surpasses Amazon and Apple combined. Devoted to his family and fixated on success, his life unravels into an enigmatic nightmare when he wakes up in the open air prison cell with no memory of how he got there. Bewilderingly, the prison cell is centered around an archaic grist mill, a stark symbol of relentless labor.
Never seen it.
Yeah, surrounded by unexplained screams in the darkness and whispers from unseen cellmates, he begins to grapple with the chilling revelation that his omnipotent employer, Mallard, operates this prison. Shrouded in confusion, Joe believes there must be a mix-up, but as the harsh light of day dawns, the horrific reality sets in that this is an advanced career training. So accused of underperforming, Joe is compelled to push the grist mill to meet a daily quota or face termination. The mill is an Orwellian nightmare steeped in Kafkaesque horror, exploring themes of corporate dehumanization, AI domination, and the erosion of personal freedom. So as Joe races against time to escape before his son's birth, he plunges deeper into a sinister belly of Mallard, and basically, yeah, he has to, decide what's important to him. Pretty good movie.
Never heard. I've heard. I'm sorry. I have heard of it, but never seen it.
Yeah,
Did you see it, Mike?
yeah, I'd recommend it.
And you like
It's
it,
worth a
Sammy?
watch. Yeah.
It looks pretty cool.
Yeah, I like it. It was good. So another one I know you saw, It Lives Inside, right? I thought you said you liked this one.
Wait a minute.
This is the India movie. Supernatural horror.
It was in a jar.
Maybe if you see your face, you know.
Yeah,
it was in a
It was
jar.
in a jar, Mike. It was in a jar.
This is written and directed by a guy named Bashal Dutta.
You know what, Mike? This was one of those films that you could only watch it once. I liked it, but the acting was good. The storyline was good, but it was just one of those things that really didn't grab you. It was good enough to watch, so once.
I don't know why it's pumping in my mind now, but unrelated. I seen the new Liam Neeson movie.
They're all the same.
Begins with the letter R. I forget. Retaliation or something. It's him in a car the entire film.
Yeah.
And I think it's directed by, remember Nimrod Antel?
Nimrod
Antel.
You brought him up a couple of times.
Nimrod.
So I think you might find this interesting, Mike. Dutta took the inspiration from the film from his own childhood experience of being born in India prior to moving to America. The story is influenced by demonic Indian mythology, as well as from a personal story from Dutta's grandfather. Supposedly, his grandfather said that as a young man in India, he went to visit a family friend who had a daughter who would walk around with a mason jar. It was empty and she would talk to it all the time. One day he said, "Hey, there's nothing in the mason jar. You know that, right?" She got mad at him and lifted the lid and kind of flung something at him. Nothing came out, but when he went home, strange things started happening to him. Knocking at the door in the middle of the night. Supposedly left a pack of peanuts out one time, and he turned around to hear chewing. When he looked back, the peanuts were gone.
I think what pissed me off about this
fuck
film,
with people with jars.
Mike, I think what pissed me off about this film was I knew the ending. I don't want to tell you the ending, but it's so obvious through the whole fucking film.
So is this an American-made film or Indian?
It's an American. Well, it's all made by Indian people, but it's American.
Oh.
Yeah. From the producers of Get Out did this. So basically, Sam, an Indian American teen, lives in a suburb with her conservative mother and her simulated father. Sam's cultural insecurities grow due to her estranged friend, who mysteriously carries around an empty mason jar all the time. In a moment of anger, Sam breaks Tamara's jar and unleashes an ancient Indian demon force that kidnaps Tamara. Sam searches for her, but following the trail of a young man who performed a deadly ritual, until the demonic entity starts targeting her, murdering her boyfriend, and shattering her reality with terrifying visions. So she's kind of got a band together with her parents and a sympathetic teacher to save her friend and put an end to the terror and the demon.
The demon.
The demon. It was a spirit.
Uh-oh.
So this is, I thought there was some good parts in it. Like
There
with the
were.
part where the guy got twisted up with the swing set.
I laughed my ass. I said, Sammy.
I knew you would.
Remember I text you? I text you to the swing part. I had to rewind that. It choked him, Mikey, and it spun him around. I was crying.
There are some good
crying.
parts in this. Oh yeah, I forgot that the teacher was also like the maid in Get Out.
Yeah.
Oh, yes. Okay.
Yeah.
I knew she looked familiar.
Yeah. But there were, I don't know. Did you like the creature at the end? This is kind of a creature feature too.
I didn't care for the creature at first. Here it is. It's when he's swinging around. I didn't care for it at first, but then when I called Sammy, I go, you know what? He was kind of cool.
Yeah, it has some cool parts like that, like with the eyes, where she keeps seeing these eyes that are glowing in the dark.
Yeah, I don't like. When I mean I don't like, I mean I love it, but
Cool
dude, that shit fucking creeps me out.
Yeah, this is a fun little. I don't know. Would you say call it a ghost story, really, or
Yeah,
a little bit?
Yeah, definitely.
I love the artwork.
But you know what though, Mike? When you go into a different religion and nationality, they're really good. They're really good. Especially, I mentioned this before. Love horror Australian films. Love them. Can't get enough of them.
Did you like Wolf Creek?
I did.
Yeah.
How many Wolf Creeks were there? 2?
2.
Yeah.
2 of them.
The second one I like better.
Second one was brutal.
The
man.
second one was real brutal.
Castrates that guy.
Yeah. But this film, Mike, I think you'd like it. I think you'd like it. But it's one of those you'd put it right back on a shelf.
So would you say it was close but no sitar?
Yeah.
So I'm leaving. So what about the Puppetman?
I never finished it. I watched it for like a minute, and you said it wasn't all that great.
There was some good parts in it, not bad. It was directed by Brandon Christensen, visual effects artist, who also directed Z, Stillborn, and Superhost.
So let's just clarify something here for people that are listening and watching. We're talking about films that are on Shudder, Netflix, Hulu, and Prime.
Well, no, I'm just talking about all the movies I watched during October.
But so let's say some of them are on
Most of them, yeah.
all those networks.
Yeah.
Okay.
Prime.
Oh,
You know what the thing about Prime that I've noticed? Prime's
Nothing's free.
No, Prime is usually a hit or miss.
Yeah.
Big time.
Yeah, they got a lot of garbage, but they do got some good stuff on there. Some good originals.
I can say the same about Netflix.
So this one is about a convicted killer on death row who always maintained his innocence, that it was an evil force controlling his body as he slaughtered his victims. Now, Michael, the killer's daughter, that threw me off the whole time. I'm like, why do they keep calling her Michael? So the killer's daughter begins to suspect that there may be some truth to her father's claim when those around her begin to die in brutal ways. She must try and break the curse of the Puppetman before her loved ones are killed. This does have a couple of cool parts in it.
That's creepy right there.
There's a part, I think they show it a couple of times in the trailer here, where like this woman gets controlled by this Puppetman and she just holds her head over this burning book, and they just show her, as her like whole head catches on fire. It's fucking awesome.
Damn.
That's the coolest part in this movie for sure.
Nice.
But yeah, it's a good little like slasher horror film.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'll check it out.
Still
not bad. I love Superhost, who this director also did. Did you see that movie? Barbara Crampton was in it.
I want to say I did.
I think so.
I love Barbara Crampton.
Yeah. We got a movie with her coming up too.
I know exactly which one you're going to bring up.
Oh, God. I tried watching that, whatever Flesh.
Suitable Flesh.
I turned it off.
Come on.
I was not into that either.
It was like watching a Lifetime movie, like you said.
Okay. I agree.
The acting was bad.
But it's a B, Mike. It's a B movie.
Yeah, it's more like a fucking F.
You know, but you have to think into the movie. That was so fucked up. when she was the doctor, and then they switched bodies, and then the doctor was in the asylum.
I couldn't make it 20 minutes.
See, I look through movies a lot, and I'd really be pissed off if I didn't do anything, and then I had to go to another body, which was what's her name from Coyote Ugly,
Heather Graham.
Heather Graham. Love Heather Graham. Ooh,
She was looking
nasty.
good in that movie.
She was nasty in that movie.
We'll get to that. We'll get to that. Yeah.
She looked good.
So what about Dark Harvest?
Like Dark Harvest.
Yeah, it was
I
a good
did.
one. Yeah.
I did.
This was released October 13th. It's an hour and 33 minutes. You can watch this one on Prime Video, I think.
That's where I watched it.
Yeah, it's kind of a supernatural cult movie. Yeah. So this is directed by David Slade. He started as a music video director, like AFI, System of a Down, Muse, Stone Temple Pilots. He also directed Hard Candy, 30 Days of Night.
Yes.
I didn't see Hard Candy, but I loved 30 Days a Night.
Yeah, he also directed some of the Hannibal TV series.
Oh, he did?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
great. He also did a Black Mirror season 4 episode entitled Metalhead. It was like the black and white episode. I don't know if you ever saw that.
I never watched Black Mirror.
Yeah, so this is written by the guy who did Dungeons and Dragons. That was pretty much all. And there was another guy named Norman Partridge who did Dark Harvest and The Crow, Wicked Prayer novel. There was only 2 credits.
I'm gonna have to upset my nephew, Mikey. I like Dungeons and Dragons.
This new
Dungeons
one?
and Dragons was good. I liked it.
Oh, I thought you didn't like it.
No, I liked it.
Oh.
It was good. It was
Oh.
funny.
It's
a fun movie.
What's her name's got fucking hairy armpits? In the
Michelle
movie.
Rodriguez.
You know what? I don't care. I don't care. I just dig her because she's just mean and sexy. If that makes sense.
I like it too. Sometimes you just want a woman to rough you up.
Yeah, slap me around a little bit.
So in Dark Harvest, every fall, a small Midwestern town, a supernatural specter named Sawtooth Jack arises from the cornfields and approaches the town's church with violent gangs of young boys hungrily await their chance to confront the legendary nightmare in an annual harvest rite of life and death. Richie Shepard lives in the shadow of his big brother who won last year's October prize to get his ticket out of town. To prove himself and join his brother, Richie pairs up with a relentless dreamer who will do whatever it takes to escape his dead-end town. Against the rules and odds, Richie and Kelly decide to hunt down the legendary nightmare to win and run their freedom together.
It got a little racist.
Looks like a Misfits mask.
It got a little racist, Mike.
Yeah.
You're Mexican. When he told that one kid, she was brutal.
I did send Sal a text about this. It takes place in like the 50s, and this kid is like, he's constantly in fights with his dad, and he's like, "Fuck you, Dad!" And they cut to like he goes in his room and he cranks up. They show him like cranking up the stereo, and the music is like, ooh,
Yeah.
doo-wop, doo-wop. So fuck you, doo-wop, doo-wop.
They gave you a vet, Mike. They gave you a what year was that? Like 59 vet, a beautiful vet. And the girl and the guy, obviously there's still a lot of racism in this movie because she's black, and she was cooler than hell. But you know, as far as everything else, I dug the monster. The monster was cool.
You know what? This is a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
I think I told you to watch it. I think I told you to watch it. It was I liked it a lot.
Yeah, not bad at all. I like Dark Harvest.
I like that guy's movies, David Slade. Hard Candy was pretty good.
Didn't see it. Didn't see her.
That was a good one.
Ellen Page, who is now Elliot Page.
Yeah.
She was in it. That might have been her first feature.
And Patrick Wilson.
Yes.
He plays a pedophile.
Oh, yeah.
So, like you said, the 4 main boys all wear the Crimson Ghost character mask. Yeah.
That freaked me out.
Yeah, they also say, as they put on the masks, they also say, "Come on to a violent world with me," which, of course, is from Violent World, the song.
And they also had a scarecrow, Mike. And the deal was you have to put it on fire.
Okay.
And did that summon him, Sammy? Or did that just piss him off? Because I remember the girlfriend was like, "No, don't do that."
I think there was something that summoned him. I can't remember what, but to give it say like what the monster was would be to kind of give away the plot.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
but they had to bury you, Mike. You had to get buried, and then you turn into the demon.
So we'll gloss over this one. Dear David, have you guys heard of this at all?
Yeah, I think so.
It was kind of like a real true story about like an online. This guy, he works for BuzzFeed, and he kept like seeing a little boy in his room, something like that.
Creepy.
Yeah, this is I had to say this is one of those movies I absolutely hated. Justin Long is in it for a little while.
What?
He comes up, he plays like this guy's boss at BuzzFeed, and he like every time I wanted to shut the movie off, Justin Long would come in and buy like 10 more minutes. You know what I'm saying?
Saving the film, huh?
Yeah, but otherwise, the CGI is kind of shit. The story kind of sucks. This guy's just mad because he's gay and everybody hates him. He's like,
Why is he mad that he's gay?
I don't know. Maybe he's gay and he's just mad and gay. I don't.
You gotta be loud and proud, brother.
I think the ghost also doesn't like. Yeah, that's what happens. Is like the ghost doesn't like that he's mad to everybody, so he's gonna like teach him a lesson, you know. But then no one believes him. Yeah, they're all like, "You fucking suck and you're gay." I don't know, but actually, yeah, I just wanted to turn this off so many times. So honestly, I wouldn't recommend Dear David at all.
So is it trying to do a host thing on the internet thing? Because I don't think anything can beat that.
It's more of like he's like an internet cryptid or something.
Okay.
It's like, yeah, he's a spirit trapped in the internet, basically.
That
He's
movie,
just paying.
the host scared the fuck out of me.
Oh, the host was great. Yeah.
Scared the fuck out of me.
Moving on. What about Night of the Hunted? Did you watch this?
Is this when she's at a gas station and there's a killer in there?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've seen movies like that. Rest Stop.
I turned it off.
Yeah.
I turned this one off.
Also, like Phone Booth.
Yeah. I turned this one off, Sammy. Because her boyfriend, was the black guy her boyfriend?
No,
He's just a friend.
he was just like a work guy that she was banging.
But didn't he take off?
No, he
Did
was
he
like
take off once she got shot?
no, he was like a good dude, but he got shot pretty early on.
Oh, I didn't think.
I would describe this more as phone booth in a gas station.
Okay.
Yeah.
But Mike, you know what really fucking made me? It didn't make me laugh, but it was like brutal. You would think she's so innocent, and she's talking to her husband all the time via text or calling. Yeah, honey, I'm just gonna be here a little long. Yeah, and then she's cheating on him.
Yeah, she.
Ooh,
yeah,
Aja.
This is produced by Andre Aja.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now there's a guy whose career is pretty good. We need to do an episode on him.
You know what? I was gonna say this did kind of remind me. It has like the nihilism of like Hot Tension.
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what? I got because I only watched up to where she got shot, where she got shot, and then I turned it off.
Yeah, it kind of has a little bit of a depressing ending, but it's still a good movie. I liked it.
Okay,
Yeah,
all right,
not bad at all. The Night of the Hunted. It's a Shudder original. Check that one out.
Nice.
So another one. What about Outpost? Have you seen this at all?
Yes.
It's a lesser known
Yes.
film.
Movies with the same title.
You know what, Sammy?
I think there is one. Yeah, from a couple years ago.
Wait, is this a Sasquatch film?
No.
No, the Sasquatch one is great though. I know which one you're talking about.
You know why this pissed me off? Because I didn't see it coming. I did not see it coming with her being a nut.
This is a psychological horror movie.
It kind of looks like Sarah Silverman.
It pissed me
bit.
off. It pissed me off, Mike, because her boyfriend beat the fuck out of her, and that's what made her insane.
This is directed by Joe Lotruglio. by
This
the way.
guy's funny, dude.
He's been in a bunch of stuff.
He's
Wet Hot American
hilarious.
Summer, Superbad, Beer League, Reno 911, Pineapple Express.
I don't remember him in 911.
Reno 911.
Reno 911, yeah. I think he was when they like kind of rebooted it.
Oh,
is
okay.
when I noticed.
Okay.
But he goes back with that whole group with Thomas Lennon and Kerry Kinney from The State.
Yeah. He was also in Paul. Remember, he's like, you should have given her 4 tits.
Paul, the alien movie.
Yeah.
So, Mike, she's a volunteer in a watchtower for fires.
Beth Dover, by the way, who's Joe Lotruglio's wife.
She's beautiful.
Yeah.
She's beautiful. But her acting in this movie was fantastic. But it just I don't know. Because I like trying to figure out movies pretty quick, but it didn't really do anything for me.
Yeah, so she was like beaten up by her boyfriend, and then she kind of like searches for strength. She goes out like on an outpost job, kind of figuring if she's out there in the wild, she has to survive by herself. She'll kind of get a boost of confidence.
Now the woman with her, Mike, is her best friend. I would have dropped her as a friend right away because she was just being a bitch.
You can say it.
A cunt. She was a cunt. And this guy was
You have
meaner.
to say it in an Australian accent, though.
A cunt.
Stay them.
And the guy, the head, you wouldn't call him a sheriff guy. Well, he was a Mountie guy. He was kind of an asshole.
Do you know who that guy is, by the way?
Who is it?
He's the guy who does the, he's in Get Me to the Greek. He goes, I just play the drums and do the African face.
I don't remember that.
He's the African drummer.
Yeah. But what was cool, Sammy, was the old lady was deteriorating through the movie. That was cool.
Yeah,
the woman that came in and she wasn't real.
Yeah.
And she was deteriorating.
Spoiler alert, but yeah, that woman is not. She's
Yeah.
dead. She's a ghost technically, right?
No, yes. Now the flies was stupid.
So
That was
is this
stupid.
a comedy or is
no?
It's kind of there's a little bit of comedy in it, but it's mostly like kind of like a psychological like drama horror.
Yeah. The fly thing, they didn't need to do that.
She kind of loses her shit halfway and like freaks out on everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. The deputy, he kind of was a dick. You know, he was an idiot.
Yeah.
This guy.
Oh, I've seen him before.
Yeah, this movie is filled with a bunch of character actors that you've seen before.
Right.
But yeah, not a bad movie. But yeah, it kind of, I don't know. I think it didn't know what it wanted to be, which I don't know.
And then there was a guy that the closest person, because it was just, you know, watching for wildfires. So there's nobody around. So there was a guy that lost his wife. And I didn't like his character because he would be so nice to her, and then he'd be a big jagoff. You know, she came to see him because she was lonely. How long did she have to stay out there, Sammy?
I don't know, a year.
Was it a year?
Something like that.
So she, you know, Mike, you're by yourself. So she walked over to see him, which she wasn't supposed to do. She was supposed to report to the Outpost director at like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, or something like that. And if you don't, you could get fired immediately. So she didn't do what she was told, and she went to see the guy, and she just walks into his house, and he gets all pissed off. You know, it kind of one of those movies that it led to nowhere.
Well, yeah, it has a big conclusion, but
it has a big conclusion, but during the whole movie, it's like, okay, you know,
where we going with this?
Yeah.
So next up, we have Appendage. Did any of you guys see this?
I've heard good things about this.
Yeah, this was another like Halloween film.
No, I didn't see this.
So I put it under this category of like body horror. It's a creature feature too. Not bad at all. It has starring Hadley Robinson. She was also in I'm Thinking of Ending Things, Utopia TV show, and The Pale Blue Eye. That was that Edgar Allan Poe with Christian Bale movie a little while ago.
Oh, I think I've seen that.
It wasn't the greatest, but this one's about a young fashion designer. She seems fine on the surface, but secretly struggles with debilitating self-doubt. Soon these buried feelings begin to make Hannah physically sick and sprout into a ferocious growth on her body, the appendage. As Hannah's health declines, the appendage grows more powerful and begins to fuel her anxieties. The perceived lack of talent at work, her deteriorating relationships with her boyfriend and best friend and parents, lack of love and understanding. At her breaking point, Hannah makes a shocking discovery that there are others out there like her.
Ooh.
Yeah, so this thing like breaks off of her body and it starts like becoming an ass. It's like, you don't know what the fuck, you know, you're a piece of shit.
You know what? This looks
no one will
good.
level of you.
I might have to watch this.
It was a pretty good little creature feature. Yeah.
Yeah?
Like I said, yeah, she finds these other people who are like kind of like her. And they're kind of like, you know, feeding into. They're like, this one woman takes her under her wing and ends up kind of. I don't want to ruin the movie, but she kind of, you know, feeds the creature a little bit.
This lady here.
Yeah. But they show the creature. He kind of looks like a little bit like one of the babies from like It's Alive or something.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, it starts off real weird.
Mike, I gotta change the subject here. Gotta change it. So Sammy and I are leaving a convention, okay? And there was this little boy, had to have been between 7, 8 years old, and he was holding a baby. And I looked and I go, man, he's awfully little holding a baby. Ugliest little baby I ever seen. So I literally was a dickhead and had to go back and look at it, and it was just a doll. But it was an ugly motherfucking doll.
I think it was
man.
that baby from Dawn of the Dead.
Yeah,
right?
it was something like that. Yeah, creep me out, man. But I gotta check this out. Appendage, huh?
It was pretty fun. Yeah, not bad.
And you said the creature looked like what?
Kind of like one of the babies from It's Alive.
Really?
A little weird.
Really?
Yeah. Maybe not with the sharp teeth. But,
Okay, all right.
All right, so Suitable Flesh.
Loved it.
Yeah, this
Loved
was released
it.
pretty recently, actually, October 27th.
Mm-hmm.
About an hour and 40 minutes. Body horror. This is kind of a Lovecraftian movie, but there's no like cosmic horror in it, I don't think.
Yeah.
Directed by Joe Lynch, who also did Wrong Turn 2, Dead End.
Adam Green's buddy.
Yeah, Knights of Badassdom. He did Everly with Salma Hayek. Mayhem recently. He also did a couple episodes on the new Creepshow TV series,
Oh.
which I'm not really a fan of.
Not a fan of that.
Haven't been since the first season.
Yeah. It's silly. It got silly.
Yeah, so this is also written by Dennis Paoli, adapted
Oh,
from an
yeah.
H.P. Lovecraft
Oh,
short
man.
story from 1933, and sort of The Thing on the Doorstep.
He did so much with Stuart Gordon.
Oh, yeah.
all the Lovecraft stuff. Reanimator from Beyond.
Yeah.
Dennis Paoli.
Dagon, also a Masters of Horror episode.
Yeah.
Love
Dreams
Master
in
of
the
Horrors.
Witch House
Love
was the
Master
name of the
of Horrors.
episode. He's also written Ghoulies 2, The Pit and the Pendulum, Body Snatchers from 1993, Castle Freak,
Yes.
The Dentist 1 and 2 with Harlan Corbin. I
Yeah.
like The Dentist. The Dentist is fun, dude.
Dude, when he took all that chick's teeth out.
Yeah.
Dude.
He discovers his
Baron-
wife
Baron
cheating
Corbin?
on him. Yeah,
Not Baron
Harlan.
Corbin.
Now,
Harlan.
Sammy, the young kid in this, I thought he did a magnificent job.
Yeah.
Good, bad, good, bad, good, bad. I thought he did a magnificent job.
But there was some terrible acting.
You know, well,
Of course, Heather Graham, she's in this.
Heather Graham,
Keeping it tight.
Mikey, she's naked.
Oh, I know.
She's naked in this.
Yeah. And the kid is named Judah Lewis. He was in The Babysitter 1 and 2.
Yeah.
Also, Summer of '84 he was in, was a good movie. Also, Bruce Davidson is in this.
Yep,
you
my
know
guy
him
Bruce.
as Senator Kelly in X-Men.
I met him at a convention.
Yep.
Yeah.
And what was he, Mike?
Willard.
Yep.
Nice.
Yep.
Also, Jonathan Shaich is in this.
Oh, yeah, that guy.
Yeah. He was also in 8mm too. I forgot.
I seen that.
He was the star of that.
I seen
yeah.
8mm. Millimeter too.
That thing you do.
Yeah, the thing you
Yeah.
do. Jimmy, right? I think the drummer.
Yeah.
He's been in a bunch of Prom Night, Quarantine, Day of the Dead Bloodline is what this is from, this picture. He's also in Creepshow and Masters of Horror too. Also, Barbara Crampton was in that. Oh, man.
Now Barbara
Horror
Crampton,
royalty.
Mike, in this, she's starting to
Scream
show her
queen.
age.
Yeah, but
she
she aged like fine wine,
looked
dude.
brand new. She was her best friend. She was Heather Graham's best friend, and they were both a psychologist.
A few times I've seen
Magnificent
her at
movie.
conventions. She's a beautiful.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, so you want to take it away what this one's kind of about, maybe?
yeah. So there's a demon that this kid here, his father had a book, and a demon this demon his powers were he can go into any body he wants, and they couldn't even tell you how old he is, and he could he manipulates people. He was magnificent. The father was very ill, but he was still living and he wouldn't die. So this kid comes into the psychologist, which is Heather Graham, and says, "My father wants my body. My father wants my body." Right then and there told me, "Oh boy." So he meets up with Heather Graham, and she's a psychologist too. And she's like, of course, not believing him, but she wrote a paper on this demon going through body to body experiences. I'm sorry, you think you're somebody else. So he gets into her, he gets into the other girl. Magnificent movie, magnificent. So it's just a demon going from body to body.
I almost wanted to turn this one off, though. It was bad.
Did
yeah. Except, again, even better, instead of, what's his name? Justin Long popping in. Heather Graham would just be getting digged down for every 10 minutes.
Now this demon, Mike, he got off on, he wasn't sure if he wanted to be a man or a woman. So he started off as a man, but then he goes, this woman thing ain't bad. And I was like, okay.
Well, yeah, if you get into Heather Graham's body, you're like, all right. Yeah.
Because they show when he first gets in her, she's in the bathroom. And he goes, oh, I got nice tits, and I'm like, holy fuck.
In the bathroom?
In the bathroom. Yeah.
Put her in a bedroom.
I really thought it was awesome. I gotta give you a spoiler alert, Mike.
There was some good special effects.
This guy here, the kid, he gets fucked up, and I'm talking like Terrifier fucked up, and he's still alive. He's still fucking alive, and he's got to whisper something in the book to transfer to another body. But I suggest you watch it.
I'll give it another try.
So, Five Nights at Freddy's.
Oh God,
you didn't like this?
No.
I don't know which was worse, this or The Exorcist. It was bad.
Exorcist.
It was bad.
I don't know. It was not bad.
It was bad, Sammy.
It was also
bad.
it was meant to be the follow-up to the Banana Splits movie, by the way.
Which I watched that Banana Splits movie. That was bad.
The Banana Splits movie was better than Five Nights at Freddy's, though.
Ugh.
Yeah. It's also Willy's Wonderland, starring Nicolas Cage.
That's what it reminded me of.
Yeah, it has a plot that rips off Five Nights at Freddy's.
I still haven't watched this. And you said, Sammy, he doesn't say a word?
Yeah, that's another one
He
where
doesn't-
he doesn't say
the
one word.
Kyoto brothers, who did all the makeup and special effects for Killer Clowns, did Willy's Wonderland.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Did you like it, Mike?
Willy's Wonderland? No.
Did you, Sammy?
Willy's Wonderland, I thought
Yeah.
was pretty fun.
Yeah.
It wasn't the greatest movie, but
Now this kid here, he did do a good job. He
Josh
did a
Hutcherson?
good job of acting. He was taking care of his little sister. Oh, well, you've seen it.
Hunger Games.
But the movie sucked my ass.
he was in a really good, like, kind of unknown series called Future Man.
Yeah.
That was really good. I think it might have been a Shutter, or not a Shutter, a Hulu thing.
Now there's a female cop in this, Mikey. Right away I knew I can give you another spoiler. Right away I knew she was bad.
I've seen this.
I think you
did
know
see
her.
it. Oh,
I
sorry,
think you kind of know her immediately that she's in something.
Yeah. You could totally tell she was in on it.
I like that it has Matthew Lillard in it, and he also at one point he does like the ghost face wipe of the knife.
Well, him being like the revealing at the end, it was like Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
It was a little bit, like pop off that hat. And,
Yeah.
oh my god!
If it wasn't for you meddling kids.
I knew she had something to do with it, but I didn't know she was the daughter.
Yeah.
That was the only little
Yeah.
thing that made it interesting a little. But as far as this movie, it sucked.
So all the animatronic creatures were performed by puppeteers from the Jim Henson Creature Shop.
Now
Say
I'm
that 5 times
assuming,
fast.
Mike, he's rolling in his grave over this because this movie was so bad.
I'm glad that they are still around. I don't know if you guys remember this in like 88, 89 on maybe maybe it was ABC or NBC. Jim Henson's The Storyteller was a series. And
I remember that.
It starred that British actor. I can't think of his name. Anyway, there was an episode on there that scarred me as a kid. Okay, I was like 7 years old, and I forget the name of the episode. It was like the night, the devil, something like that. The puppets in there scared the shit out of me because there are all these red devils, and then this guy, he's got a sack. And the Grim Reaper is in the fucking sack, and it looks like this little alien that looks up at him and goes, ah, okay. It scared the shit out of me when I was a kid, dude. I watched it again recently, and I'm looking at it like, I was scared of this. Why? But I don't know.
The only decent thing that was good in this movie, and I mean it's a long shot, is they played a lot of 80s music because it was in the 80s that this restaurant was, or this place was.
Nice.
And they played a lot of romantics.
So
which I love
recently,
romantics.
I think 2 of the actors that were the animatronics, they were at the convention at Days of the Dead.
I did notice that. Who cares? Because this movie sucked my whole entire ass.
I just wish they would, like you said, shown more of the deaths.
Yeah, they didn't show
Everything was
anything.
kind of off screen,
Yeah.
or they would cut to like the outside of a window and there'd just be a splatter of blood.
Yeah, they didn't show shit.
Could have been more creative. Put it at that. So next one. What about Sister Death? Did any of you see this? This is the one that with a spawn. With a spawn.
Spain.
From a spawn.
Tell me more, Sammy.
Barcelona.
This is this is released October 27th. By the way, it's kind of a supernatural movie. It's directed by Paco Plaza, who also did Wreck, all 3 Wrecks, by the way, and Veronica.
Yes.
Which was another awesome. I thought that was a very creepy movie.
Yeah.
This is written by George. I don't know how the fuck do you say his name. Guacha Chavera. He also did The Day of the Beast. You ever seen that movie?
I did.
Yeah, another fun movie.
Mm-hmm.
So this one takes place in post-war Spain. A young novice with supernatural powers arrives at a former convent, now a girls' school for girls, to become a teacher. As the days go by, the strange events and increasingly disturbingly situations that torment her will eventually lead to her unravel the terrible skein of secrets that surround the Covenant and haunt its inhabitants. So this one is like, it says that weird, it's shot in like 4:3 format or whatever. A lot of great cinematography in this. It's a beautiful movie to watch.
Isn't this the one where the building falls apart and they're looking?
No, I don't think that happens. I think you might be thinking of The Nun. You talking about where that the pit opens up?
Sorry.
Yeah.
No, I didn't see this. No. No.
Yeah, this one is still pretty creepy. It has a lot of like this movie starts out fucking awesome. Or no, you know what? I get this one and Deliver Us confused. I meant to say Deliver Us has that fucking awesome scene in the beginning. It's gnarly when they slit like 5 people's throats. Remember over the book? You saw that, right? Deliver Us, I'm talking about, with where the woman is having the twins.
Yes. Sorry.
But this one also has some really. This is like Veronica, basically. There's a couple like super creepy parts in it where like kind of give me goosebumps.
You know what, Sammy? I think I seen this on Plex and I rolled over it because I just hadn't had enough of sister movies.
Is that what's her name from Pan's Labyrinth?
I think it is. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, she grew up to be a beautiful woman.
Yeah, but this one's kind of cool. Yeah, they're kind of I don't really want to give this away if it, like no one's really heard of it, but yeah, go watch this one. There's kind of it's a fun story. If you're a fan of Veronica or creepy movies like Supernatural, Ghost.
I'm sorry, I know Mike will be upset with me, but I get offended because they put the cross on fire with Jesus and all that. I don't like that.
That's awesome.
I know you guys like it. I just
metal. Metal.
I'm sorry, dudes. I'm not a practicing Catholic, but I think that's going too far.
Yeah.
And you've watched I Spit on Your Grave.
Yeah.
All right. Well, one of our last films, we got a couple that Mike was going to talk about, but one of the last ones that I watched in October was When Evil Lurks. Did you guys see this one? There's a lot of hype around this one. It came out October 6th. It's IFC Films. It was released on Shudder.
I love everything IFC puts out.
Now see, I love IFC. Is
Midnight.
it IFC Midnight?
Yes.
Yeah. I do love them, but I don't think I've seen this. What's the dealio, Sammy?
So, by the way, this has like, I don't know if it still is, but when I wrote this, it said it had a 99% on the tomato meter on Rotten Tomatoes.
Is she pregnant?
Yeah.
Dude.
So this is kind of a demon possession movie. It was written and directed by Demian Rugna, who also did Terrified, which is a really cool movie. That's have you seen that, Sal?
No.
Oh, yeah. I think there were some parts in that you would think were fucking scary. He also directed, I think, like the wraparound story in the recent Satanic Hispanics.
Okay.
I want to see that though. That looks good.
Satanic Hispanics.
Yeah. So in this movie, when the brothers Pedro and Jimmy discover that a demonic infection has been festering in a nearby farmhouse, its very proximity poisoning the local livestock, they attempt to evict the victim from their land. Failing to adhere to the proper rites of exorcism, their reckless actions inadvertently trigger an epidemic of possessions across their rural community. Now they must outrun an encroaching evil as it corrupts and mutilates everyone it is exposed to.
What the
So
fuck?
they enlist the aid of a wizened cleaner who only holds the tools that can stop his supernatural plague. And yeah, that scene is like, that they showed on the poster there is a woman. She's literally just hacking herself in the head with an axe.
Damn.
But yeah, this is kind of a little bit of like Evil Dead.
Dude.
Yeah, there's some fucked up body horror in this too. Like this guy is like trapped in this fucked up like festering body. Like basically like all the demons have to be like born into the world. And it's like,
damn.
Yeah, there's like, kind of like this thing going. They never really explain it like all out, but it seems like there's like this big infestation of demonic possessions happening like all over the world.
Yeah,
like,
but did you see the goat go up to the gun and put his head right to it?
Yeah, because he's guy's
That's
like,
fucked
it's
up.
a demon. He was like, get it. He's like, get the fuck out of here. And the goat's like, oh yeah, go ahead, do it. Like, because they have to kill the person to let out the demon.
Oh, come on. That's disturbing.
This
dude.
looks good.
It was a good one. Yeah, everyone was raving about this. They were saying it's like the best horror movie of the year. I wouldn't go that far, but it was definitely pretty fucking good. Yeah, there's a lot of creepy moments in it.
It's Spanish?
Yeah.
Cool.
Dude.
Yeah, like South American.
Oh, all right.
It looks good.
Not Spain.
It looks good.
Not Spain, no. Yeah, it was weird too. It was one of those things where I was kind of wondering like what, they have different dialects or everything, or you watch something in America and it's like, they're like, you kind of know what they're saying sometimes, like when they're like, hey, down by the river on there or whatever. I was wondering if there was something like that with South America too. Like, do they have like hillbilly Spanish people?
Oh, probably.
Like,
Probably. I know in Europe they do.
yeah, I was wondering if you had like, a good dialect, if you knew the dialect of like Spanish or Mexican language really well.
There's also slang too.
Yeah.
That's funny. But they show her whacking her head, Sammy?
Oh, yeah, they do.
Dude.
Wackadoodle.
So I know Mike wanted to talk about Killers of the Flower Moon.
Dude. Okay.
3 hours and 26 minutes this is.
It's long as fuck.
Yeah.
Is that Robert De Niro?
Oh, hell yeah, dude. This is something completely different than De Niro and DiCaprio have ever done. They play really bad guys, like evil motherfuckers, but they do it so well. It's Martin Scorsese. This could be his last one. You never know. But if it is, I think he's going out on top.
Did you know he's in very bad financial situations?
No.
Yeah.
What, did he get me too?
They pretty much say he's almost broke.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
I don't know. He's made
Well,
some giant movies.
this
so.
one is
Yeah.
Oscar worthy, so I think he's going to do okay.
He's like Nicolas Cage buying too many dinosaur heads and shit.
Dude.
I think it's one of his best films. I haven't read the book, but I am familiar with the history of the Osage Nation in Oklahoma. Basically, it's 1920s Oklahoma. Native Americans are striking oil, and when the white man hears of it, they want to move down there and get in on the oil as well. So they're doing whatever they can to marry into these Native American families who own the oil, and then with the will and everything, it all gets signed over to the white man's family. And De Niro is like an oil baron in this, and he controls.
You can picture him kind of as like Daniel Day-Lewis from
Yes.
There Will Be Blood.
Yes, but
Maybe not as crass,
but
but-
just super evil.
Yeah.
It's 3.5 hours long. I treated myself and my aunt. We went to the Alamo Draft House in Wrigleyville. This is the only Alamo Draft House in Illinois, as far as I know. Great theater. Reminded me of the one that I've been to in Austin, Texas. Good food, good drinks. Anyway, for the movie being that long, we were interested and sucked into this the whole time. Like, it wasn't like we were falling asleep.
You were sucking what?
Hey,
I'm just
the movie sucked us in. The movie sucked us in. You and your dirty minds. Anyway, it's got a Meth Damon.
Beth Damon, yeah.
There's some great cameos in the end of the film. Like, what's his name pops up there? Pat Healy.
Yeah.
Who's Encino Man? Brendan Fraser.
Oh, yeah.
He
yeah.
pops up in there. A lot of cool cameos in this one. Great acting all around. I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, this was a smart movie too. Like how they show where they set that one guy up where they have the two guys try and rob him and he shoots
Yes.
him through the window.
Yeah. That's a lot of gunfights in this. And DiCaprio, like, he plays such a scumbag. Like, he's got these false teeth, like a prop in his mouth.
That's what I really liked about it. Is like there was no like redemption for
Yeah, but
really
Scorsese,
any of the characters.
he always used the same guys, which is cool because like the redheaded guy there, he was also in The Irishman, and he played oh my god, how could I forget his name? Pacino's son. He plays half a son. He did a good job.
Oh yeah, so
Yeah.
Jesse Plemons.
Yeah.
Jesse Plemons. Yeah, I was trying to
Yeah.
think of his last name. Yeah, he's
He-
been in a lot of great things.
Yeah,
Breaking Bad.
Yeah, he was
Fargo.
he was in this Tom Cruise movie where Tom Cruise was flying a plane and smuggling dope. Oh God, what was the name of that movie? I really loved it.
American Made.
American Made, yeah,
Something like that.
yeah,
Hmm.
yeah.
So yeah, that's Killers of the Flower Moon. Definitely go check that one
I would
out.
definitely check that out.
Holdovers. This, I think, is one of my favorites of the year.
Is that Paul Giamatti?
Sure is.
Yeah.
Alexander Payne. We've covered his films. We did a whole episode on this director.
remember.
One of
I
my
remember.
favorite filmmakers. He makes the best dark comedies. This one is a great dark comedy. Very sad ending, just like that is what all his movies have in common. Sad endings. But awesome story, very good writing. Paul Giamatti, again, like an Oscar-worthy performance. The young guy that they got in this to play the character Angus, he's only like 19, and you would think he's been acting his whole life. And he might actually win some awards.
He
too.
really is 19.
He's 19, yeah. And this is his first feature film. So Holdovers, it's a New York State private school, Catholic private school. And for Christmas break, everyone goes home, but there's some kids who can't go home, so they call them holdovers. There's one teacher who stays over Christmas break because he actually lives at the school to like watch them. And it's Paul Giamatti. He's the teacher that the whole school hates. Even like his fellow teachers, they all hate him too. And there's one cook who she's got to serve food every day for these kids. So poor woman, her son died in Vietnam, and I'm going to spoil this whole movie for you. Anyway, the ending is it turns out to be a very feel good type of movie, and like I said, the ending is sad, but Paul Giamatti, his acting quality is so fucking good.
Yeah, but everything he does is awesome.
Yeah.
He could play a nerdy guy kind of like this, or like someone that everybody hates, or even like a boss of like a mafia family. Or something.
My favorite movie with him, I think, has got to be American Splendor. He plays the
Robert Crumb.
No, he's a buddy of Robert Crumb, Harvey Picar.
Oh.
Harvey Picar was on the Letterman show throughout like the 80s and 90s. Letterman always fucked with him and made fun of him, but he would come out there to try to promote his comic called American Splendor. And Paul Giamatti plays him brilliantly.
He was great in Donnie Brasco when he was an FBI guy, and he goes to Donnie
Forget
Brasco
about it.
He goes, "What is this? Forget about it."
Yeah. When he was in Private Parts, where he was pig vomit. You're the motherfucking Antichrist, Stern. You know.
I probably watched this trailer about 100 times in
fun.
August and September because it was right before Oppenheimer would start when I was showing that on film.
But he really showed what kind of actor he was when he played in that movie, The True Story of the Boxer with what's his face?
Something Man.
Cinderella Man. He
yeah.
did such a great job
Pop,
in
pop,
that.
bang.
Yeah.
Pop, pop, bang.
He was magnificent in there. Hey, she looks good wearing the pants.
Cinderella Man.
When
Russell
he said that
Crowe.
about his wife, I just lost it.
So one of my favorite songs of all time is in this film, and it's just very this is taking place, I'd say like late 60s, early 70s, because the one character, her son died in Vietnam, so
Vietnam.
Right.
Vietnam.
So the song came out in the 70s, and it's just very like fitting with the whole film, and that's the song "No Matter What" by Badfinger. Badfinger
That
was
stuck
supposed.
in my head for so long.
I love that song. Badfinger was supposed to be like the next coming of the Beatles in England.
Oh, so
I think they had the same management and
so they were more rock and roll.
Yeah, Badfinger was a rock band.
Okay.
Yeah, but they never took off like the Beatles took off.
Okay.
Obviously, they had a few hits, but No Matter What, great song.
You know who I thought was such a great artist in the 70s? And I think she was very underrated. Grace Slick.
Yeah, you like her?
Yeah, White Rabbit was magnificent.
Oh wait, oh my god,
Magnificent
dude, I'm so
song.
sorry. I'm thinking of Grace Jones. What the fuck is?
Oh
the
God,
matter with me?
no!
Grace
No,
Slick.
Grace Slick.
Yeah.
She was
Airplane.
so underrated. So
And Starship.
underrated, man. Yeah.
Her daughter was an actress.
She made those fucking bands, dude. I don't care what anybody says. She made those that.
She's still
band.
around. I don't think she's performing
Oh,
anymore.
did you see her now?
Yeah, she
Dude.
she got some weight on her.
Wow.
Man,
I'm gonna
She's
hang around.
old.
I'm gonna hang around her so I look skinny, dude.
She's probably close to 80, man. I mean,
Dude.
yeah. So anyway, that was the two I wanted to talk about. Do we have any more?
yeah, I got a bunch more. I got another one here. The Devil on Trial. This was a pretty good documentary on Netflix. It was. This is about the Glatzel family.
Yeah, I think
that we talked about.
I watched this.
Yeah,
I did
this
watch
is
this.
directed by Chris Holt, who was also directed The Hillside Strangler, another Netflix doc that was pretty good. So this one is this is the first and only time demonic possession has officially been used as a defense in the U.S. murder trial. You know, because we covered this whole thing for the whole David Glatzel possession.
The whole time I'm watching this, I'm thinking of like the voice I did for him.
My name is David.
So it's a documentary.
Yeah, it's a documentary on the Glatzel case. Yeah, so this is the first time that most of the family has gone on record and discussed the possession and the murder. I wish this came out when we were doing that whole episode because
Yeah.
it does have some fun stuff in it.
Yeah.
So, okay, so the big groundbreaking thing in this the revelation at the end is you come to find out that the mom was dosing the entire family
Yeah, she was poisoning
with
them.
sleeping pills for years.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, she was using
poisoning them.
Sominex.
Yeah. But another funny thing was while the kid was acting all possessed, doing the voice and everything, as soon as the father, who was like totally quiet throughout all of it, as soon as he got mad enough, he'd go in there, grab his son, pick him up, and say, "That's enough of this," and then the kid was fine.
Yeah. That was funny what the guy said. He's like, apparently the devil was afraid of my father.
Right.
He's like, because everybody else would be like, stop this now, stop this. And he'd just go crazier. This dad comes in and fucking slaps him across the face and goes, that's enough. I'm trying to fucking sleep.
A little bit of discipline.
You know? There was also like some funny things in this. Like, I don't know. There was, Ed and Lorraine's grandson is in this too. He's talking about, there's also some great footage of Ed and Lorraine Warren, like doing their kind of act here and there. Yeah, I was surprised it was very critical of Ed and Lorraine, by the way.
Yeah, but you two guys are smart. I can't do documentaries, man.
I didn't hear this before. It wasn't in the book, but in the one of the Glatzels said that what the church sent a cardinal to the home to visit the Glatzels and see what was going on. This motherfucker showed up in a red Porsche.
Yeah.
Are you serious?
In a red cardinal outfit and a red Porsche.
Hey, dudes, can we take a little break from this? Can I tell you a story?
Yeah.
Can I tell you a story? This is a true story, by the way. I don't know. I don't want to discuss my personal business on the podcast, but I was sitting in the garage last night, and my neighbor right across the street, who I very rarely see her. She's a heavyset woman, so she comes out very rarely. And I'm looking at the arm railings, hand railings of her house, and it's very dark and cold now because of the fall. Winter's coming, and I could swear as much as I told you guys about that pounding on my door of the garage. It's hard to explain, but the shape and image that I see in the darkness looks like a dog. It looks like a black dog, and I kept on staring at it, and it would go away, and then I'd recognize what it is.
It's a hound from hell.
And I stared at it. This happened last night, and I stared at it, and I'm seeing a dog figure, and then I look again, and it wasn't my blurry vision, or wasn't anything to do with my glasses or anything like that. But
so it's a black dog.
It's a black dog. Yeah.
Well, then just start singing to it. Hey, mama said the way you move. Come on, Sal, do the rest.
Don't do that, Mike.
Come on, black dog.
No, I'm serious, man. I'm serious. Because Sammy will tell you, and I've mentioned this hundreds of times, I see things, like in my...
I don't know nothing about no black dogs.
I see stuff in pictures.
Chardonnay PS.
I see stuff in my shower curtain. I showed Sammy my Godzilla. I told you about that, right? The tree. Like 2 houses down from me, it's shaped just like Godzilla, Mike, when it's fully Sammy did it.
Zilla.
Remember,
Zilla,
I showed Sammy. At first Sammy laughed at me because I said, Sammy, let me show you where I pee, because I don't feel like going inside, and it's behind my garage, and he looks just like Godzilla, man. But I swear on everything that's holy that I stared at that thing for almost 20 minutes last night, man.
You're seeing things.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
Hallucinating.
Yeah, I'm serious.
You got
I'm totally serious, man.
Well, then we got to do a paranormal investigation of your neighbors.
Because I remember they had a black dog, but this one was younger and very fit, and kind of, it was almost kind of like a Doberman kind of look.
Give him a milk bone.
I was thinking about going over there and taking a closer look, but I remember what you guys always told me. I just said fuck it. I didn't want to put too much into it. But yeah,
does she have a dog?
She did, but he was real chubby, and he was a short
ghost
black
dog.
But this dog looks very demonic, man, and
phantom dog,
and very strong looking dog, and it's sitting, and it's not staring at me, but it's staring at something. But it was every couple of minutes I looked at that, I'm like, God damn it, and then it'd be like I come back to my senses. It's like, that's the arm railing. That's the thing. But man, I'm telling you,
I think at this point I'm too curious to be afraid anymore. Like if I see something like that, I'd have to go up to it.
You know what? I'm never afraid of that. Because like especially with that pounding on the door, and then last night I thought somebody was in the house, but I think it was the TV, because I thought I heard my and I go, it's got to be the TV, because I was really I haven't slept really well. And I'm like, man, somebody's walking in the house. What the fuck is that? And it happened 2 or 3 times. But I think it had something to do with TV. Yeah.
I go walking.
Don't do that, Sammy.
Sam is not a fan of music.
Sorry, dudes. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Our
Yeah,
sweet
that's-
angelic voices don't soothe you?
Yeah, they do. But Mikey,
Then
I
stop telling us to
swear,
shut up.
I swear. No, I say don't do that. But I swear, Mike, I swear it that didn't happen to me last night. And I don't want to get too much into
Well,
it.
next time you see the demon dog, offer him a milk bone and pat him on the head.
You know what I should have done? I should have taken a picture because usually the cameras pick that shit up.
Sure.
But the way the light was, the way the darkness, because she doesn't have a light on in the fucking house, man. So the street lights reflected a good image, and I would swear it was a dog sitting there.
Did it move?
No.
Well,
Would you say you had a Suburban Scream? A John Carpenter Suburban Scream, maybe? You guys watch this one at all? Suburban Screams?
And it's Carpenter's?
Yeah, it came out October 13th. It has like, what was it, 5 episodes it was? It's kind of like a bad network TV is what I would describe this as.
Is this the one about the neighbors were hiding a secret?
No, every episode is different. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, John Carpenter, he kind of lazily directed this. I guess he said he was like remote directing from his couch at home.
Are you serious?
I don't know how you do that shit, but anyway, I guess he's deserved it. He's earned the right to do
he's an
that
old
after
man.
all the, he's a fucking icon. He's
Yeah.
done so many good movies.
Yeah.
Actually,
Let
to
him
be,
direct from the couch.
you know what? A lot of people were saying that, like, what the fuck? And I'm like, God damn, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah,
Like, he
it's
said
John
all
Carpenter.
he wants to do is smoke weed and play video games.
Does he really say
Yeah.
that? Mikey, you know they're doing Christine, right? They're redoing Christine?
They're redoing Christine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That might be bad.
He still goes around and plays music too.
Yeah, he actually scored this whole series with his son, Cody Carpenter,
Now,
and
which
Daniel
one's Cody?
Davis.
Which one's Cody?
The one on the left.
Okay, because he did the
Stage
score.
left.
He did the score for the last 2 Halloween movies, didn't he?
Cody
Yeah.
Carpenter.
Yeah.
I
Well, he
think?
was part of it.
Or I think he's on
He
the
was part
right.
of it.
Yeah,
He was part of the score with John. on
yeah,
the last 2
they're like
Halloween
kind of
movies.
like a songwriting trio now,
Yeah.
like a score
Yeah.
score team.
I mean, nothing changed. I don't know how he put his name on that. It's
Yeah,
still
so
the
these
same
are
fucking
like
sound.
I don't know. They're all like people telling stories that I assume
Okay,
are
this is the one I thought it
probably
was.
probably
Okay.
pretty fake.
Okay, but did you see it? You did see him?
Yeah, I watched them all. The first one, this woman, like, she's playing, she summons the ghost of like a murder victim. The 2 witnesses tell the tale of how this restless spirit attached herself to an unsuspecting host. It's kind of like they're playing with a Ouija board. The second episode is about a killer who went on a murder spree in his hometown, recounted by the local newspaper editor, and a publisher who became his target after covering the story. I would say if you watch any of these, watch episode 2. That was pretty fun. Yeah, but there's like a bunch of weird stuff, like a kid falls in love with a girl next door, but her house is haunted, that kind of stuff. The worst one of them was called the Bunny Man, where there's like these people say in Virginia say they found some guy in a maniac wielding an axe, but I don't think he ever killed anybody. But yeah, there's there's a cursed neighborhood one. There's another episode that aren't good, but I think it jumped the shark in episode 3. I shit you not, I made a note of this right here. The characters' names were Dr. Torrance and his best friend was Mike Myers.
Stop it!
I'm like, get the fuck out of here. Now
Stop
I don't believe
it.
any of this story.
No. So, Sammy, was this a slash movie slash documentary?
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, no,
He's
it's
not
yeah,
here,
it's kind
Mrs.
of
Torrance.
no, it's not like a movie. Right? It's just like all that shit you've seen on network TV, where there's
Okay.
someone telling a story and then there's a reenactment of it.
Okay.
Well, this one woman on here though, there was another episode that was pretty good, where this woman has a stalker, and I think hers might be true because she has this like tremble about her, where she's like scared shitless for the whole fucking thing.
Damn.
She's like, this has been going on for like 30 years. They can't find who's doing this to her.
But did you like it?
There were like I said, there was like 2 episodes that were good. The one with the serial killer and the one with the stalker was pretty good.
Okay.
It's kind of funny because it's not in real life, but in the movie, because she picks up the phone and he's like, I'm gonna jam my dick down your throat. That kind of stuff, like Black Christmas type shit.
Obscene. How obscene.
Very obscene. So next I want to talk about I think my favorite thing I watched all month was Mike Flanagan's The Fall of the House of Usher.
So is this a series?
Yeah, it was a series. It was released on October 12th. This in total, it's about 8.5 hours long.
It's an old
Netflix.
Edgar Allan Poe.
Yeah, it kind of blends like a bunch of different stories together. Yeah. So this was created, like I said, created, written, and directed by Mike Flanagan. We've talked about a bunch on here. He's kind of a new horror icon, I would say.
I love his films.
Mike talks about him a lot.
I haven't seen any of his series, and everyone tells me I'm crazy. He's got already 4 different series on Netflix. This would be the 5th one, right?
Are you
Yeah, I think so.
serious?
Yeah.
It's also scored by the Newton brothers, who are kind of like a partner with Mike Flanagan for scoring all of his stuff.
Dude, that guy looks just like Don Henley.
Little bit.
Holy fuck.
Yeah, but this was great. Basically, the plot of this is the Usher family is never far from controversy. The fortunes of siblings Roderick and Madeline Usher were made through Fortunato Pharmaceuticals, a company whose products are often under scrutiny due to health concerns. Assistant director and attorney attorney C. August Dupin is determined to land a conviction in his case against Fortunato and the Ushers has now gone to trial. Now, right in the middle of the trial, Roderick's children. Wow.
He hit her dad.
So in the middle of the trial, Roderick's children are dying under mysterious circumstances. Roderick Usher knows who and what is behind the deaths and meets with Dupin to reveal all. So this is primarily adapts Edgar Allan Poe, The Fall of the House of Usher, but incorporates characters and references from other Poe stories as well.
Is the older woman, that actress Mary something, she played Stands with a Fist and Dances with Wolves?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I forget her last name. Damn it, I should have had it. But
And was that the ET kid that they showed us?
yeah, Henry Thomas is in this
yeah.
as well. I think Carla Gugino, is that how you say her name? Yeah. She is amazing in this. She plays, you would probably think she's like some kind of demon or something like that, but it's not really spoiling it, but she kind of plays like, I think she says like her character is technically like fate or consequence, you know?
Yeah.
Like she kind of makes a deal with these two, this brother and sister that
Who is this guy? The greater guy?
Oh,
Who is
Bruce Dickinson? No. I forget that too. This is some of those I didn't have a chance to prepare exactly for, but yeah, this is great. Like I said, Carla Gugino probably basically like makes a deal with them. She's like, you guys will be billionaires. You'll have the entire world, but your bloodline ends with you. Like as soon as you're about to die, your whole family dies with you. And this guy still like has, 7 or 8 children.
Her eyes hanging out, Mike.
The young black girl was in Dr. Sleep.
Yes.
I don't remember her in that.
Yeah. She plays Abra.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Everybody in here is like in a different, Mike Flanagan something.
Dude, it looks weird as hell.
It is super weird. Mark Hamill is also in this and he's amazing.
That's what I thought. I thought that was him.
Yeah. So yeah, I would say the two really fucking stars of this are Mark Hamill and Carla Gugino.
Did Mike Flanagan do Gerald's Game?
Yes.
Okay, because I recognize that actor, and then of course Carla Gugino was in that.
Yeah. Yeah, Carla Gugino basically appears to every one of the kids before they're about to die
That
and
looks
kind of
fucked
explains,
up, Sammy. Wow.
Yeah. She does this one part where I read that she actually worked with the dude who did all the the monkey animatronics for Planet of the Apes, and she's kind of giving this speech as she's like playing a monkey. Basically, it's crazy.
What the fuck?
Yeah,
Tony, whatever. Planet of the Apes.
I forget his name. Yeah,
he was Gollum.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but each
Tony Circus.
Each of the Usher family members basically represent like the 7 deadly sins in here too.
Oh.
Yeah,
dude,
it's
Mike.
awesome. They're all based on Edgar Allan Poe stories. Yeah, they all also.
You could be a billionaire, but you'd have to get rid of all your family.
That's basically the whole thing of like you can have the world, but your bloodline ends with you.
I'm
like,
okay with that. I couldn't stand my family.
Did you see the new trailer for Kingdom of the Planet of the Apes?
I did.
No, not
I
yet.
did.
Cool. Looks
Looks
cool.
awesome.
Yeah.
I don't care if it's good or bad. I love Planet of the Apes.
Those new
movies.
ones are fun.
I think they're great.
So yeah, check out The Fall of the House of
Dude,
Usher. I
that's
loved it.
messed up,
I
Sammy.
think this is my favorite thing probably of the year so far.
Dude.
I loved it.
Mm-hmm.
There's a part that's amazing where she's explaining to the head of the family, like, this is all of your deaths. Like, you're the 5th most responsible for murder in the entire history of the world. And then she just shows, like, bodies raining down from the sky, and they're piling up on the ground. And yeah, it's very, like, macabre, very gothic. Like,
this is a small detail in our world of horror, but you very rarely see a film with rich people that get haunted. It's always poor people or people on the road or.
This is a series.
Yeah, I'm sorry, series. You know what I'm saying, Mikey?
Yeah, right.
amazing. I would say if you watch anything from here, watch The Fall of the House of Usher. It was
wow.
great.
So the Ushers are like oil barons?
They're pharmaceutical company,
Pharma.
So
Yeah,
they've basically
Sammy.
been, like that's the whole thing is they've been like lying and hiding evidence that this is killing people or that there's a pandemic going around where people are overdosing on this.
That's fucked up, dude.
It's like fentanyl.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
So one more, just the last one we got here is
Oh,
Chucky,
God.
season 3.
That's all you, Sal.
All right, I'm gonna be very what's that?
Created by Don Mancini.
Mikey,
by the way.
what do you always tell me to be? Not BP, VP,
PC.
PC. I don't like.
Don't be PC for this.
I don't. No, because I'd get real graphic. I don't like the direction of the horror film. I think it's exploited. I think it's the new thinking of our new generation of young people. I don't agree with it. I'm sorry.
Well, the complaint I've heard is that the show got very woke.
What's that mean?
PC.
Yeah. The details in this series.
I love how Sal doesn't know what the word woke means.
I thought it was something Madonna saying.
Madonna?
Anyway, the direction of the script is so far off the original. It pissed me off.
It doesn't even look like menacing or malevolent. It's just it looks so fake and stupid.
You know what? It's not even that, Mike. It's
become kind of a horror comedy. Is what I think.
It's too sexual for me, and I don't like it.
Okay.
It is. It's very.
It just looks so fake. Like it looks too nice and like cute and soft. Like you want to like. It looks too cute.
And you know what? They really don't show him that much.
Really?
In the last couple, I just gave it up.
I think they kind of do. But you know what? The
up.
second season sucked, but I like the third season is kind of going in a pretty good direction.
I tried, but I can't. With the new thinking of the new world, I can't deal with it.
Does Mark Hamill still do the voice?
No. It's
Brad Dourif.
It's Brad Dourif.
Oh,
Yeah.
didn't Hamill do it?
Just for the movie, like
Yeah.
a couple years ago.
That was the only thing he did. Now Chucky being in the White House, was that a reach? Fuck yeah, but it worked. But the script was not there, in my opinion.
You know what? One thing that I like the third season a little better, but I think they need to get away from this thing where like Devon Sawa and like the person who plays his wife, they're like different characters every season.
The first
they
season,
just keep recycling them into different.
Yeah, the first season, Sammy, was amazing. The second,
you know what though? They still do. Even in the third season, they still have some of like the best deaths, like the best murders.
Mm-hmm.
So I see that Jennifer Tilly is back as Tiffany.
Yeah.
Now, does the character Andy Barclay come back?
Yeah, kind of in between. Yeah. I think in this, there was only like 4 episodes that are out so far because they paused it for the writer's strike.
Yeah.
Now I don't remember if it was the Cult of Chucky or the last 2. The Cult of Chucky or
Is it Alex Vincent that plays him?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He's in like there's a part where Chucky's dreaming and he just like is stabbing him to death like crazy.
Sammy, what was the last 2? The Cult of Chucky and I can't think of the other one. Well, anyway, Curse of Chucky. Yeah, he was in it. The kid.
I rewatched those pretty recently too. They're fun. I like them.
I like, and the daughter's in it. Brad Dourif's daughter. And Mike, did you ever see her in the Chucky movie?
Yeah.
Her voice and laugh are exactly like her dad's.
It's still when I rewatched Curse of Chucky too, or was it Cult? Yeah, the Cult, the second one where they're in the mental institution with the crazy woman. She's talking to him and she's like, "I'll save some milk and cookies from you," and he's like, "You fucking with me, lady?"
Because she had the baby, right? She had to fake out. Dude, when Chucky said that,
Brad Dourif's acting when he starts screaming in a lot of his films, like the best screaming he ever did that was like scary to me, Exorcist 3.
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
when he was in jail?
Fierce.
When he was in jail?
Well, no, he's in the mental institution.
Oh, mental institution. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Oh, that wasn't jail, Mikey?
No.
Okay. All right. I'm sorry, man. This new,
That's woke. That's the new generation.
Oh, that's a new generation.
Yes.
Oh, kind of like WWE and WWF and ACW kind of thing.
The new generation.
I'm sorry, dudes. I'm old fashioned. I'm gonna stick to my PCA. I talk too much, but I can't deal with it. I'm sorry.
Okay.
All right. So that's basically our catching up episode.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a good one. It was a long one.
It's a great one.
But stay tuned, folks. Keep listening. It's wintertime is approaching. We're gonna have more time to record now, hopefully. But just in case, it's gonna be a while again. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Happy Holidays.
Mike, you hate Christmas.
I say Merry Krampus. Enjoy your Krampus Nacht.
Yeah, I know we've been saying it for a while, but I'm still working on some plant horror.
Yes.
Yeah.
I still got some cannibal episodes.
I still want to do my poster session, Mike. I still want to do my poster session. Mike.
Fuck yeah, come on, man.
Yeah.
Just write it down.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
That way we can have a script or something.
Yes, sir.
But thank you all for listening, streaming, subscribing, and watching us on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, iTunes, and we have an email, Sam will see.
Last 3 rows of horror at gmail.com.
Can I have a shout out, Mike?
Yes.
Daniel Harris, I'm in love with you.
And that's it. Thank you, folks.
Later. Bye.